What is this play? Oh.
Style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live life on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez, bound by Mike Pondsmith's Cyberpunk law. A dark future cast in a neon glow.
Very dark.
Where corporations, through nuclear fire, have destroyed the known world, save for a few megametropolises. The tales you're about to witness are built around the heart of one such city. Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may, is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are those you witness before me. Let's meet the members of the up-and-coming Mortal Code, right after I assess what is going on.
I don't know why it's so dark on you.
Just point it
We
straight at
literally
him.
just did a test
Just
and you
point
looked
it.
fine.
Put us to intermission. Put us to intermission.
We were trying to do it without you
Welcome
noticing.
to the Cyberpunk.
Just point it straight at him.
Need to get rid of the shot on the
No.
diamond's
Take. Oh, actually, that's a little bit better.
That's better.
But kind of.
Diamond's still casting.
But it's still interesting. Just turn this one off.
Just turn that one off?
Yeah,
the-
just turn that one off.
that's
Because
making
that
it
one isn't
dark.
normally on.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what we're talking about, but there's. Oh!
No, turn it on. Turn it
Oh,
on.
there's a
It's terrible.
reveal!
Alright, let's just go live.
There's
That's
nothing
good
behind
enough.
it.
Are we live right now? Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Let's
Go
go.
to
Intermission. We'll be right back.
No,
Nobody's
it was
watching.
okay. It'll
We're good.
fix itself for sure. That's how technology works. It's
Just
organic.
point that light on him.
Can we get it closer to him? Like right above the TV, pointed down at him?
How you doing? How's
Here
your
we are, we're almost there.
Thursday
Lights.
or whenever you happen to be watching it? Hey, that's a little bit. Ooh, nope.
That didn't work.
That's this whole thing is a bit complicated.
Try turning off that light. Oh man.
What
we were. I
happened?
promised we
Dude,
were
it's our
ready right
death.
before
Dude,
we.
we literally just
went
tested.
live.
And then-
Hold on. Okay. I guarantee it'll probably most likely fix itself, given some time.
What happened?
No, turn it back on. Turn it back on.
Okay, so is that light supposed to be pointed at Magnus or at the back of or behind him?
Yeah, maybe it's.
That's fine. It's too late now. Just,
Yeah,
just go.
it's
It
fine.
looks
You
better.
just they'll deal with the little fuzz.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh,
Well, that your assumption is wrong.
One or
so
two.
guys, theater of the mind here.
1 or 2.
That one's horrible.
How's this?
One.
How's this look?
No.
Bad.
Awful.
Now
Now
it's green.
the illusion is completely broken.
Now they know that there's not a cartoon behind us.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like auto correcting itself. It just now got better. So I honestly think if we turn off this light, it should be fine in a little amount of seconds. So just
So 1
let's
or 2. Do 2. Let's do
You
1.
have a
Let's do
deadly-
1 first.
you
Let
have a
it
deadly
correct. Let it correct.
Deadly green fog.
Is it
behind
good?
you.
No, it's not.
Technology.
The radiation
Alright, do 2.
is upon us.
2 looks better.
Yeah. it
All right,
does,
yeah,
actually.
that's
It's a little grainy, but
You're grainy.
I look like a yellow
it's
piece of
it's
paper.
the story that matters.
Get him. Oh, there you
Most
go.
people are
Yeah,
going to be
So it's good?
paying attention to 5 other
It's better.
things
It's
at the
not
same
good.
time they're watching this. It's good. I mean, it's better. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's
That also makes everything around.
But
you
it'll-
brighter. It makes,
I'm
it makes
so
ours
washed
brighter.
out that
Yeah,
I
so
look
now
like
it makes,
I'm-
Now they
Wow.
know what I.
Look at me. I'm like 15 again.
Do you have blonde hair?
You're that old?
Because I look so young.
How white are you?
When was your birthday?
I'm a 10-year-old wearing
Look at your
lipstick.
shirt. Your shirt is holy. It is that
we have
white.
we have a deity on this
I
stream.
know.
go.
I'm
Let's go.
glowing.
Smell you never gets dirty.
The chosen few
I
you
am
witness
chosen with
before
what?
me will the mortal code
Ghost of.
will introduce them.
My name is Enzer.
Text pass.
I play a street scum named Jay, inspired by Hosan Gonzalez's, a character out of his graphic novel. And yeah, I pretty much look like this in the story. Red hat, blue hoodie, this mask. I'm a machete lover, if I do say so myself. I am angry and dangerous, and I'm trying to use the, I forget the name of the voice. You'll hear it next.
Fury.
Okay.
Kung Fury, that's it.
The voice of Kung Fury.
I am Netra, and I am a netrunner, and I am a holy god. That's why I'm glowing.
And I'm beautiful.
What?
Did you fuck me?
What? What are you pointing at?
Yeah.
What? That we're live?
No, disregard what I was saying.
Okay.
It's been a few weeks since we've streamed, so.
Oh yeah,
It really
we're back.
has been. It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been like
I'm
a day for
netrunner,
you.
and oh yeah, that's right. Don't worry about it. Stop distracting me. I'm a netrunner, and I am connected to the viewers via a deep stream.
You gotta
See,
work.
not everything is lost.
You gotta practice this between sessions.
That was confidence.
We have mirrors that you can, look into.
I
and-
should do that.
I am Netra.
And I'm connected to the deep stream.
Is
So,
Which is also technically you guys.
Magnus,
in the chat.
take the wheel.
Please take the wheel.
She's like looking at you like.
Yes, so this is a
Sweaty.
highly oppressed city universe. The machine does not value individuality or creativity, especially among humans, and so therefore any avenue of self-expression has been thoroughly squashed, but not the deep stream. Imagine it like streaming services as you know these days, only it's highly encrypted and only for those who are, on the inside, which is you guys. And we use it as a mechanism for you to insert characters or scenarios or situations into the stream. So if you're listening or watching and you think that you have an awesome addition to the scene, just go ahead and type it in the chat, and Netra will see it in her feed, and we'll see what we can do. On to finish out our cast of characters.
Finish out. Oh.
I'm not a chair.
Hello there, I am Rummy, the ever-living. I play Astraea Magnetar, a nomad extraordinaire. I drive things, shoot things as well. I can do some technical difficulty, troubleshooting, but I prefer just to shoot and drive. Talking too.
What?
Yes.
Next.
It's experiencing
Yes.
technical difficulties.
Experiencing a fun. Maximus Dominus playing Winslor Blurred, and I play solo. Just picture tan jumpsuit, RBG, red, green, blue, rainbow, fur on the back, face mask, either carrying an assault rifle or a sniper rifle, and or a combat knife.
But aren't you like next to naked
Except
right
minus everything but the
I'm
weapons.
actually really rough right now. I actually died.
You died?
Well, no, he's at like 1 hit point.
No,
No. Oh, yeah, you
No,
gave
I
him the.
No, I straight up died.
I gave you the patch,
Yeah.
so you're good. You have 15
I'm good
health
now,
back.
but I straight up died. I'm a little on edge right now.
The little, like
I'm
the
a little fucked up.
the straight
Oh,
is
yeah, I
like
guess we
fishing
should
pulled
include
your
our
soul back
status.
down to your body. Status.
Oh no, I guess you could do that. in the
We got
recap.
away, so...
Why is this here? How did I get there?
That's for us.
Yeah,
It's for
the
me
cat.
specifically.
Okay, so when last we left our punks of the Mortal Code, they arrived at Baron Ironface's villa on the 75th floor of a tower in the heart of Robo City 16. Their mission? Cut off his head, where the security codes to the Ministry of Information's capital tower reside. Codes they now carry after shooting the Baron in the face with a shotgun and then cutting off his head with a machete.
he's evil, so it's all right. I mean, he immersed himself in the mutilation and manipulation of the human form, so totally okay. Shoot that guy in the face. We pick up now in the Baron's very own sleek air car Corvette equivalent, hovering outside of the Baron's villa. Polizei and mercenaries on their way to the player's location. How will the mortal code get out of this one?
Driving, shooting, stabbing.
Didn't we drive away already, or what?
No, you didn't. We left the scene last time as all of you piled into the car, and the police. You heard the police sirens converging on your location, and also saw the large golem-armed form of the 01, the mercenary, sort of flying her way towards you. You have about 25 seconds before go time. So what would you guys like to do? We will start. I'll just make this very easy, and we'll start with Astraea, and we'll go counterclockwise, if that makes sense, since Astraea is the driver.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
I thought that I had the head, but then I'm sorry, I didn't take notes of this, but then there's a thought in my mind that Netra also has the head. So who has it?
I don't know that I have that.
Okay, then I think it's me.
We can just say that you have the head.
Okay.
You got it.
The Baron's head. Okay, cool. And see, I think. Can you just go over like where we're at in the car? I think we just literally piled in, right?
Yes, I think everybody piled in. I think Sai is in the passenger seat, and Jay, Netra, and Winslor, you're in the back. Astraea is driving.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
You see a few different mechanisms in the car, and I'll say that you all can do one thing before engagement, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys want to do. This is like a free action right now.
I'm gonna get in the middle. If I'm towards the outside, only because I am very beat up. And
You actually have to navigate around Winslor's near dying body.
yeah,
to
I'll like
save
clamber over his body.
Wow, it hurts. It's tender.
You like as you push down on his like legs, like you just hear
What are you
like
doing?
blood slides
My
down,
man!
like pulps out of his.
Almost done with my
wounds.
action. I'm just gonna sorry, sorry, Winslor. And then I'm gonna like get my shotgun out and lay the barrel on the window.
Right into his chest.
No. Over Netra, like over Netra's side, and say, because I assume you can take care of yourself. Say, hold still, Netra.
Assuming a lot.
Are you pointing it through the window, the glass? What? Are you holding it out the window?
Or just like on the windowsill.
Out the
Or that sill. I don't know if the windows are up or down, but like
Oh, yeah, you're pointing it out the window, or you're pointing it
out the
through the window?
out the window.
Okay, the windows are down, and you're just like.
Yeah.
I think you like shoot straight through the window.
Yep, that's me.
Police cars.
Police sidecars?
Police
That is me.
cards.
And I'll hold my action if something comes in that space. I'm pulling the trigger.
Okay, so you sort of know the mechanisms that we're going to be working within for this next, whatever happens next. It is going to be a series. It is legitimately going to be a series of skill challenges. If you succeed 3 times, you get away. If you fail 3 times, that you crash, and we'll see what happens after that. Depending on the severity of how much you fail, you may all die. So, the car is not going to have any health or hit points. It's literally up to 3 successes and 3 failures. Jay, you are done. Who wants to go next? What do you want to do to prepare yourself? So you guys are all like huddled in the car. Jay scrambles over. Winslor readies his shotgun.
I don't have a shotgun.
Can I do a quick look?
Jay.
Can I do a quick once over of the buttons in the car and see what there is in this car? Like, is there like blackout windows? Is there, I don't know, anything?
Yeah, so you see like this very sleek touch control in the center, where just to the right of where the dash would be, where you normally see like time and everything like that. You see one sort of dotted outline in the shape of a car. Then below that, you see what looks like a home or like a house symbol with a lock inside. After that, you see like a the shape of a beetle. Under that, you see the shape of like a lattice work of hexagons. And then under that, you see two parallel lines with one line in the center, and at the top of the center line is sort of like a sparkler. And that is pretty much everything that you see. On in terms of like, these are buttons that do, you know, things outside of normal driving that you would be aware of.
All right, I guess I know what those do. They said the first one was a car that's like outlined and dotted or something.
Yes.
I guess I'll try and press that one.
Okay. As you guys are all doing this at the same time, we'll get into what that does. Winslor and Netra, what would you like?
Is there a way that I can hack into this car to see if I can make it go faster?
Overclock it?
Like a speed boost somewhere.
Hey, he's
in
trying to
the
overclock the
system.
car.
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
Yes. Go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech. Winslor.
I am taking clothing that I am currently wearing, which is like a shirt and like underwear.
Yes, accurate.
I'm gonna rip up the shirt.
Okay. Yep.
And turn it into makeshift bandages for myself and start wrapping some of my wounds.
I already gave you that 15 health back thing.
I know, but I'm still bleeding.
Don't we have drone with us too, or no?
You did not actually bring the drone. You did not mention that you brought the drone. So, to my knowledge, the drone is still like in the trunk of Astraea's original car.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that would be my action for my, I guess my bonus action.
Go ahead and give me a tech plus first aid plus 1d10. Whatever. Actually, just tech. What is your tech actually and your first aid?
What is first aid?
First aid is under tech.
So I don't have first aid, and my tech is 3.
Okay, so give me a d10 roll.
Kind of probably just shoving the cloth into my bullet wounds.
Twice, and take the lower number, and that's how much health you will regain.
2!
So you rolled a 4 at your lowest? Or you rolled a 2, and so you only get 1 health?
I rolled a 2.
Then...
I get 1.
Oh, sorry. Then, yeah, you'll get 2 points of health. Okay. So, with all these moves, with you guys all preparing, you hear all the sirens converging on your location, and you hear what sounds like a shotgun blast from inside of the villa that you just exited, inside of the actual broken entrance that you created with your rocket launcher, and you see the body of, you see over the body of the Baron this this woman, and it looks to be almost like BDSM, like attire,
you don't know.
only with like white.
You know.
The BD porn. What?
I mean, I make no judgments, but I also am not one of that world, so I genuinely didn't know. You see, it's like white. It's not even latex. It's like white fabric. A VR headset on, and it almost looks like she's struggling to stand up as she's just shotgunning multiple times the body of the Baron, and you can hear her like cursing under her breath as you see the outside. Like if any of you are looking out of the window, you see the sides of the car just disappear. From inside of the car, you can still see everything, but as soon as you stick your head out, you just see your comrades of the Mortal Code floating in air, and you see Sai just lean her head back and say, "Okay, you guys got it from here. I'm gonna take a nap."
What?
And she just sort of leans the thing back and snoozes. Okay, so your car, the button that you pressed created this this sort of like optical illusion of invisibility around the vehicle. Now, what would you like to do? As they are mere seconds away,
Go.
you guys will get a turn, and then they will. I will roll to see how successful they are. So you have a few different options of where you can go. Right now, you see like a thick stream of cars in numerous different directions converging on each other in usually straight lines and multiple different tiers. You see many different buildings under construction with giant cranes also sort of like interconnecting with one another at various different levels. You see like a tight collection of smaller buildings, many different holograms also just like hopping from building to building or just spawning from each buildings that you might be able to use as distractions. Yeah, so what would you like to... And also, if there's like an avenue that you want to look for, just let me know. We'll see how it goes.
I also got a 16 on my check to see if I can make the car faster.
We'll say that you can add like +2 to your roll, because a 16 isn't honestly very high. You can add a +2, Astraea, to your driving rolls from here on out.
I guess I want to take the route that leads to the safest quarter of the city fastest. Like the place we can actually hide out and not be ratted out, not in this like bougie part of town.
Okay, you see the smaller collection of buildings might be the best way to go, as you know you're dope at driving, and it's got a you see a huge series of like interconnected catwalks and just small channels in between each building that you're confident you might be able to lose the Polizei in. So give me a driving, a reflex plus driving plus one plus 1d10 plus 2. And if anybody wants to help him with this in this scene, let me know what you all want to do. Netra, you notice the button that looked like the beetle to be a similar... I guess it evokes a similar sensation in you that this is what like a high-tech hacking device would look like. An icon for it.
I'm gonna look at that and be like, Astraea, can we press this button really fast? I think it will allow me to possibly amplify my skills to a wider radius.
And I'm just like, what button? What?
This bug button right here.
Sure, as long as it doesn't have warning signs that say blow up, I'm okay with you pressing it.
I'm gonna start sweating, and it's gonna be like a slow motion, like my finger going to press it, and my finger's gonna be sweating, and then I'm gonna press it.
No, not the button! Oh my god!
Self-destruction
Like
in
drip,
3,
one drip
2,
presses the button.
1.
Ah!
Just kidding. You see like as you put your finger to it on the screen in front of you, the windshield, you see a red almost like reticle that follows your finger, and as you're just like boop and you press it, the reticle pops up and you just see this like beetle shoot out and connect onto the building closest to you. And so you could theoretically use that to connect onto cars, to cranes, to sort of whatever mechanism you see fit, and it'll allow you to hack it from a distance.
Does the car have a certain amount of those beetles, or does it just make a bunch of them?
It's got. I mean, this is the highest tech car you have ever been in. It is the most expensive, most well put together. Like imagine Elon Musk's personal vehicle, only more gauche, if you know what I mean.
A lot.
He has AI in his vehicle.
Yeah.
Is there a big car in between our vehicle and the police that are coming?
There are a few different transport vehicles. They're like the equivalent of like air semis that are transporting meat, burgers.
Yeah,
Am
make sure you're not
I-
a passenger one, not a passenger one.
Am I able to attach one of these beetles to them?
Go ahead and give me. We'll make this a tech plus basic tech as opposed to a reflex plus marksmanship for you. So Astraea, you're driving. What was your roll?
That makes it it's a +2.
Yes, +2.
26.
Well, night.
26, pretty good.
Boom, 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 boom.
Jay and Winslor, what are you guys up to?
I'm gonna, as soon as I, there's a break in their conversation, I'd like to say something and address the group.
All right. Go for it.
I've got an idea. What if we reach out to Astraea, the leader of the Remnants of Dust? They were once from the Ministry of Information. We got the Baron's head, and they might want that.
Technology.
Leverage. Wait, oh, you're right. You are so right. They might want what's inside the Baron's head. Maybe we could ask them if they can help get these cops off of us.
Okay.
You son of
Put
a
in a
bitch,
call.
I'm in.
Winslor, what are you up to? There are some
I-
things that look like weapons on the outside of this car. If you were interested in something like that, there's there are support roles in this vehicle.
Is there an immediate control center or like press this for button or press this for weapons or press this for defensive or countermeasures?
There's like you see like something from the ceiling that looks like there's like a seam with like one button up there, and it's got the same icon that's on the like the dash portion that Astraea read out. It's got like that two parallel lines with one line in the center and like a sparkler.
I'll punch it.
A headset sort of like lowers down, and you look inside and you feel this rumble sort of like from the point where you stick your face to it, as you hear this sort of like rotation of a gun on the outside. And you can like feel the rotation on the outside. It's like right up and to the right from where you are outside.
I
of the
would like
vehicle.
to take an additional piece of cloth remaining from my t-shirt that is shredded apart and cover my unmentionables because I'm getting
Getting excited.
excited, ready to go.
Okay.
This is
Go
all
ahead
of
and
us in
and
this
give
car
me.
right now. We're like,
Yeah, you guys. There's sirens going off.
I
You may be
died.
not
Look,
even-
I messed up.
Okay, so give me a reflex plus marksman. Jay, so are you trying to reach out to Astraea with your action?
Yeah.
Okay.
28.
28. Wow, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I have a high reflex and marksmanship.
Netra, what'd you get?
natural 10, which brought it to 22.
Okay, Jay.
Sorry, 25. 25. Sorry, 25.
Well, that actually changes everything, and you guys might die.
At least I was honest.
Honesty doesn't mean. Actually, it means it.
It means so much.
He didn't see it.
Can't troll him as much
Yeah.
when he's in a headset.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
Why would you even want to troll?
Just play it back.
Why
30
would-
minutes into it.
No, you can't. Well, yeah.
Try
it's
to
just-
remember.
You can't see what you're doing, so there's no benefit.
Yeah, there really isn't.
You can't see what we're doing while not passed through.
I'm in pass through, but it's like the
it's like
the
peripherals.
pages of notes and things that honestly encompass like 180 degrees of my view. There's like slivers in between each one, so I can see your face right now, Max. Now you're gone, and I can see the table, and I can see my hands and everything.
That's
but,
kind of
like,
Yeah.
creepy.
Can
Just
you
like
see this?
creeping in.
yes, I can see that.
The stream can see that.
No, they can't. It's below their vision. Oh
Yeah.
wait, they saw them.
She's flicking us off.
What?
No, I'm
everybody.
not.
You're crazy.
All,
Anyways,
all of your dedicated followers. Yes, Jay, what are you up to?
Open up a communication channel with FDO.
Okay, this is gonna have to remember. You don't have much time per every, few seconds that each round consists of.
I'll start with that.
Okay. All right. So with all of your rolls put together, I just did all of the enemies roll or all of the Polizei's rolls on top of 0-1's rolls, and as you guys turn invisible, the car drops, and starts spinning and sort of arcs around the building that you are, the tower that you have, that the villa is located on. Netra, what did you want to hack again?
A large semi that's behind us, in between us and the cops.
Okay, and to do what specifically?
I wanted to like somehow make it look natural, but like lock its brakes or something so that it spins out of control and causes a huge pileup, so that we have more time to get away.
Okay, as you guys are aiming towards this this thick line of air traffic, literal air traffic, with air cars and semis and trucks and things, Astraea, Netra sort of gives you a nod, and sort of you see the reticle on the windshield lock directly onto one of these large semis. That she just like presses the button, it shoots out, and you dip through the semi and into the traffic, and the semi immediately you just see jets on the back just slam, and it starts to spin and just cause utter chaos in this aerial section of traffic as cars just like falling and arcing out of the sky, which causes a lot of the attention from the Polizei to gather in that location. You see 01 just fly over. You're losing her. You're definitely faster than her in this moment, but you just see her not even paying attention, just like arcing up to try and get a better view of where you guys might be. Currently, no lock on you. You start to see weapons sort of extend out from different compartments on the Polizei's vehicles as they're searching the area for you all. There are a few that spread out in many of them spread out in many different directions. There are a few that follow in the general direction of you guys. Winslor, your finger's on the trigger, but you didn't need to actually do anything right now, thanks to Netra's hacking and Astraea's driving. Now, the next turn is up as Astraea, you pull into, like, there's maybe about a foot and a half on either side of you in between each of these buildings. You almost have to, like, sort of level the car, like, up and down to pass different ferns and different escape catwalks and different catwalks leading from building to building. You almost have to like go sideways in some instances to stay weaving in and out, and you see the lights flash behind you of a few different vehicles as they're slowly entering this space. Next round is up. That was a success for you guys. Next round is up. What do you guys want to do?
Wait, I mean, I didn't get to talk to Aptio. So I'd like
Yeah,
to
but
do
you
that.
said that round you were setting it up to talk. So this round you'd be talking to Aptio.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do that now, you can. You can go first.
Cool. What do you want me to do?
Wow, that was a good phone noise.
Yeah, sure. You're the one who has like a normal ringtone in the cyberpunk future.
Mine's bye bye bye.
He's old school.
I just heard some interesting news. Jay,
We don't have
how
much
can I
time.
help you?
We have something that might interest you. But we need your help. Otherwise, we'll never make it.
Disturbing this delicate ecosystem once again, I see. You have my envy. What do you need?
We need a distraction. We're in pursuit right now.
I have some agents in the area, but after you're done with your work here, which I'm highly impressed by, you will go to the Temple of Fire and get what we agreed upon. If not, the support is not yours.
You have my word. Now do your part. Let's go.
Leave it to us.
I slam the phone.
The device is like located in your head, but you do the like you tap the side. I don't know. There's
It's an augmented reality plugin.
Yeah. So
that
the
gives you the
digital, the
feeling.
virtual, augmented phone, you just like slit and it
toss the AR
explodes.
flown.
Yeah,
flown.
and then the digital particles say
That's what they
"fuck
call them in the
you."
Flones.
Flones. Okay. You're looking in your rearview mirror, Astraea, and you see the two fighters that you saw as holograms before that are like jumping at each other, knocking each other out, and turning into millions of particles. You see them start to just lash out at, start to like mid-air, just redirect their punches towards the Polizei vehicles, which isn't going to do anything. But if you see it coming towards you, you just see the vehicles like spiral out of the way and into buildings as you see this like mini arc, just like, and at the very least, they're just redirecting them away from your path of approach. So actually, I didn't even have you roll for that, but you agreed to a deal now, so I think that's the equivalent of it. I would even call that one. Well, actually, we'll see how they do. Winslor and everybody else, what would you like to do?
Do I have like a reticle, or do I see anything?
Yes, you do. It like gives you a 360 view of outside, and you do see 3 cars that are at various different levels, navigating through the fine corridors in between these buildings.
I'll light the one that I have the most lock on at the time.
Okay, give me a reflex plus marksman plus 1d10.
22.
Okay. Astraea and Netra. Astraea, you can just give me a drive, and you can tell me if you want to do anything specific.
If I see any like dark alley, like darker than normal places, I would hide it. Since I'm I'm thinking the car has no lights on right now, since the walls are invisible, I guess, or does it still have lights on since it's invisible?
I mean, the control there. The lights are off right now, but you still have control over everying else. It's like one of those like smart systems. Like, we know you're going invisible. Of course you wouldn't want the lights on, dummy.
Okay, yeah, I want to keep the lights off. Yeah, since we all have low light vision, I think, except for.
I think you all have fake eyes.
Oh yeah.
Am I lighting them up with tracer rounds?
Behind.
We're trying to get away.
How comfortable are you with collateral damage, Winslor?
Of the surrounding area?
Yeah.
And we're in a high class area?
Yes, you're leaving a high class area.
Oh, I don't
give
give a shit. I don't give any shits. High class area? Don't care.
Okay.
Wow.
You just see a stream of bullets rip across the sides of the buildings and into the connecting points of one of the sort of umbilicals from building to building, and the umbilical just and takes out 2 of the vehicles that were chasing you. You see some overhead. You see the lights aimlessly searching for individuals in this area.
26.
26. Okay.
What's going on? Get back in VR.
I'm writing things down. Writing things down isn't the easiest in VR. Oh, it still hasn't corrected itself. Whatever.
Occasionally it does.
20. Pardon me. 22. You said?
26.
Yes.
20. I'm sorry. 26. Thank you. Netra.
Alright.
What was I supposed to?
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay.
This is like the accumulation of your rolls
I thought
will
I was
go
supposed
against
to
the
roll.
accumulation of their rolls.
I think I'm just gonna continue to like stay as still as I can because he's technically using me. Jay is technically using me as like a steady thing for his shotgun. Right? Are you still doing that?
Hack their,
you're not gonna
their
do that
cars or
anymore?
something.
Well, I was also gonna like try and watch the reticle and see if I can like land it on anything substantial nearby. Like if a cop comes in view, I'd like to shoot out a beetle onto it.
Okay.
So I guess I'm holding my action.
Okay.
In case I see an enemy in view.
From above you, go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech. From above you, you see the shadow, this large armed shadow pass above, not paying any specific attention to you, but you see the large arms of 01 reach out below her, aiming down towards the ground, and you see flashes. And you see as many of the buildings are now, the tops of them are crashing in and tumbling down. Many of the support structures from the top levels are just collapsing, and the debris is spilling out around you all. 01 rolled a 29, which is higher than any of you guys have rolled so far. Natural, what'd you get?
18.
Higher than any of you guys have rolled so far. So this is going to count as a tie. There's a failure and a success, as some of the Polizei rolled very well in their...
Can I throw in a supportive cool points? Or sorry, I keep getting those confused.
Yeah, can I throw in my luck?
I mean, that's retroact. Like, okay, so if you see the dense clouds of rock and hear the wrenching of metal above you as buildings are collapsing in, you can use your luck points to try and redirect some of your rolls to help the situation out. But you're gonna have to tell me how that works.
Okay. I would like to use luck points to potentially attach beetles to really large pieces of debris and like throw them off course if I can.
Okay.
Can I deflect that somehow?
You'd have to beat a 29.
You got it.
Got it.
I can't borrow luck points from other people.
So yes. Who wants to use their luck points?
I'll donate some.
Okay.
I just need one more. No, wait. Do I have to beat 29 or is it 29 equivalent?
You will, if you get 29, you'll
I just
you know,
need
you'll
one more luck point.
I will give you one more luck.
29. Boom.
Okay. Winslor, as he's
bet
looking, as he's like, you hear this like, like Winslor is spinning around the gun to try and see where it's coming from, like looking in every direction, and he looks at a two doors on opposite, like facing each other on opposite buildings, that where the umbilical is not extended out yet. Like this is an automated system where when one umbilical needs to connect to the other, it will, and when it doesn't, they'll detract. And so all of this debris is falling on you, and he points out this umbilical, this unused umbilical, which you shoot the beetle onto and connect into the security mechanisms as Astraea is diving down into the darkest recesses in between these buildings, and it just this duct that human and robot, mainly robos in this area, let's be honest, would walk through, extend over you, blocking a good portion of the wreckage and debris.
It's a big ass duck.
It just flaps its wings. Anyway, Astraea, you spin down through a lot of this rubble. That'll make it a success fully for you guys. You have 2 successes. Astraea, you spin through this rubble, hearing the tinks around the car of rocks and metal impacting lightly, and you take a turn in between one of the channels and avenues, and you see in the light on the outside of this collection of small buildings a ramp, a large highway ramp coming down diagonally, where there's this dark recess underneath, where a tunnel underneath the upper highway ramp descends into the darkness below. And you sort of, which is good, because as soon as you leave the buildings, your invisibility from all the impacts detracts. And so now you guys are open to the elements again. Next round, 2 successes, almost a failure on that one. What do you guys want to do? Bless you. What do you guys want to do? There are still cars in the area. There's still cars over the top. There's still one car who's doing their best to chase you through, although you think they may have, the debris might have gotten the better of them. Debris.
Aim for the tunnels.
We are in the tunnel, I thought. What?
You're just leaving the buildings, and you see the tunnel as being the next best thing.
Good job.
I don't know.
No.
I'm too analog to help here.
mean, yeah, but we're still driving towards the tunnels. I guess if nobody else is doing anything.
Yes, and so 01 is still proven to be quite a tenacious and intelligent threat, and there is still a series of cars around, and you are now visible. So
Does this thing have a moonroof?
I am the moonroof.
and then when you say that, you hear moonroof activated, and it opens up, and when you look out into the sky, it's nighttime. But like you look out of the windows and it's daytime still. But you look up and it's like it's nighttime. There's depth to it. You can like see the moon.
Jay, I think you want
like
a
literally a
sunroof.
Wouldn't it be the same? I think it's a solid top car.
Activate. Open the moonroof.
It did. It opened up. And it displayed what you okay, fine. It's like a it's a visual, it's a hologram. It's like an AR layer of the world that you're in being displayed or projected through the open moon roof.
No, you just kind of just sound like, oh, here's a screen on top of the car. Turn to the moon, like go through it, like oh no, he just jumps through.
Well, never mind.
Jay's turn is up.
Oh my god.
Contributes nothing to the it's open, but so you can use it open, but
It just looks like a moon.
Astraea, are you driving? Are you looking through anything specifically in these tunnels? Are you trying to maneuver in any certain way?
Pop up a
Oh,
bit.
okay. Sorry. She just explained it to me. Just to quickly finish mine. Then I'm gonna reposition myself and just hold my position, hold my attack. If anything becomes in range of a shotgun, then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Driving towards the tunnel. What were the buttons on the car that you said again? I've already pushed the invisible one. She pushed the beetle one. There's the firework one. It looks like, or the.
That one is Winslor's using, but it seems like there are a few of them on the vehicle. There's the hexagonal lattice,
Yes.
and there's the home system. There's like the home symbol with the lock in it.
We'll avoid the lock symbol. What? Is there like a screen that explains what this lattice work button does? If I press a button or something like.
You can give me what's like an insight or an investigation check equivalent. You can give me an intelligence plus education.
Where is that? So 14.
I mean, you've seen these on protective systems before, typically implying armor of some kind.
I guess I'll wait till we get in some shooting trouble to hit that button, just in case it is flashy.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we'll just drive towards the tunnel as quick as.
Okay,
quietly as
so
possible.
this will be now, since you're not focusing on driving, you're instead focusing on a reactionary button press. We'll say that your driving affords you no benefit to, like being chased or shot at. You'll just sort of by default be navigating through different systems and channels. Winslor and Netra.
Wait, real quick. I just want to specify. If like missiles or something is being fired at us, I'll shoot my shotgun at that too.
Okay.
You said there is one person that's possibly chasing us.
Yes. Well, there
Uh,
are numerous people who are possibly chasing you. There's one
Oh.
person who's specifically on your trail that's coming from the same direction you guys were, inside of the dense series of buildings, like apartment complexes.
Okay. I'll just aim the reticle out the back of the car and see if there's any enemies that come into range, and if one does pop up, then I'll shoot it at it.
Okay, Winslor.
I was gonna say, could you possibly hack the vehicles
Which vehicles?
that are following us?
Yeah. If once they get into range, I guess. Once I see them, hack 'em.
What are you laughing at?
As you turn,
Anyways,
as you
I'm gonna shoot at 01 as soon as she pops out.
okay, so you're just like keeping an eye on the shadow that you see. Go ahead.
Is it a continuous stream? Is there an ammo count? Like, what do I see on my HUD?
There's like a heat threshold,
Yeah.
just like normal
Yeah, I know
video
it's not
games.
unlimited ammo.
But it's the number is extremely high. Like this vehicle is not made for like it's pretty fleshed out, if that
So
makes
it's like
sense.
a 999 kind of
yeah,
status.
pretty much.
Okay. I would like to then light up the cars that are in our immediate view, but if 01 like jumps through something to try to catch up to us, whatever 01 has to do to catch up with us, my focus is priority 01, but we'll maintain focus on cars.
Okay, give me a reflex plus dex plus
Don't they not see
sorry,
us right now?
reflex plus. You are visible, but it's remain to be seen whether or not they actually see you.
25.
Okay.
I'm assuming you said 1d10 reflex plus marksmanship.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I said that, but that's exactly what you should have done. Yes, that's right. Netra, as you spin the reticle behind you and look out the back window, you see just now turning into the narrow alley right behind you, one of the last remaining Polizei car, air car that was chasing you, with you see a gunner on the front with one tri-barrel minigun that's starting to rev up the gun, and you point the reticle to the car and just release it quickly before they can get off any shots. And the beetle, you hear the flying through the air, just wipes through the entire face of the gunner, like presses, like just crushes the entire head of the gunner, and they start shooting into the wall as their corpse is just sort of like going on autopilot right now, and the car starts slams into both buildings on its left and right before sliding onto the ground and crashing. They rolled very, very low in their equivalent check for you, so you just domed the dude with the beetle. They're supposed to hack people, so good job. You like are looking at you were about to pull the trigger, Winslor, and you're like,
I don't do that.
you were like,
Sounds a little bit better.
Winslor tagline now.
Put that on a shirt.
Anyway, you see sort of like almost like levitating over the buildings and into the sunlight above you, partial moonlight if you're looking through the moonroof, the large armed form of 01. She holds both of her hands out, and you see these almost like Iron Man like apertures start to superheat on her hands as they're powering up, and you, Winslor, let off. You both rolled 25, by the way, so you just
I say 25, I meant 26.
In this case, it works out because you are piercing. You are lighting up her huge arm, which doesn't seem like it's very effective. But one of your shots lands directly into the center of the aperture, and it explodes. One of her hands is just in cinders. As the other hand lights up. Jay, go ahead and give me a reflex plus dex. Reflex plus marksmanship. Plus 1d10. Does not make it. As you see the impacts, like you let the shot off, and you see the impact streak across her, part of her chest and part of her arm, but otherwise do nothing to interrupt the shot. And as soon as you're arcing around, spinning like air e-braking equivalent, turning around and trying to enter the darkness below Astraea, one shot gets off. And Jay or whoever can warn Astraea however you want, but your finger's on that button, and you're prepared for to press it. If you want. Jay, you're like looking up through the moonroof, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see this, like, it's almost like you see your death flash before your eyes as you hear this from her left hand. This beam extends out instantly and it stops mid-air, inches away from your face. And you can feel the heat, like, pressing through this invisible barrier around the car as you descend into blackness. And part of you might think that the blackness is death and you have died. But as, you know, vision and sense comes to you, you were saved at the very last minute by some invisible force around the car. And you guys are zooming through.
Take the wheel.
Astraea, I want you to give me one last reflex plus driving ability plus 1d10 plus 2. And you have succeeded the third and final round, and my rolls suck.
24.
Mm.
Wow, yeah. It's for driving, yeah.
Okay, with Astraea like pulling up navigation of the area that she had gotten previously, and Jay letting you know sort of like which avenues and tunnels are more preferable that don't have like debris or mutants or gangs in them. You guys quickly, and driving through these tunnels is so much nicer with this vehicle, with this new vehicle. Astraea, you notice it's just like so clean. It's like it barely makes a sound as you're just weaving in and out of these channels. And Sai, at this point, you sort of hear this like, ooh. Were we out of it yet? You guys did it?
Getting there. Couldn't hear you over this combat.
I tried to
Radio went off.
Literally no one answered.
accidentally. I'll even roll for it. Muzzle thumper
Oh my.
with my shotgun.
Muzzle thump her?
So
What does that mean?
you're like over here, you're like do that, dude.
No, I mean, as soon
Accidentally.
as we would have gone into the
Stop.
tunnel, I would reposition myself. So, as I understand it, she's basically sitting, like, laying down right in front of me. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do exactly this, like this. I'm sitting there. Here's my shotgun. I'm gonna go, and then like I'm gonna smack her with my barrel.
Okay, so give me a dex plus melee weapon.
What is this picture? Like, it's silent in the car. She asks this. No one says anything.
Yeah, you guys have been driving
Out
for a
of
while
spite,
now.
basically. And then you just hit her in the head.
I don't
with your
communicate
gun.
well.
I'm sorry, did that hurt?
Say that one more time. Something melee, dex melee, and
Dex plus melee weapon plus 1d10.
okay.
Could you like hold it back just a bit? Like
It's
you,
18.
like you mean to pull it, but you accidentally hit her. You know.
It's 18.
Just for fairness' sake, we'll see what she gets.
She stops and hits you back with it.
The whole car just explodes in different pieces, as do we.
It's one of those where she like gets up and she like yawns, like she yawns unexpectedly, and the muzzle of your shotgun just like impacts the headrest behind her. She's just like, like gets up rather quickly, and you see her like side eye you as you hear like thump on the headrest. And there's no bumps around. Like it's a hover car, and Astraea is doing a good job of driving.
Coming to a bit of turbulence here.
And she goes, yeah, I gotta catch a train. You by chance heading towards the Rail Cargo Authority line?
We're getting chased. What do you mean?
I think you're good. I don't see anything on my radar.
You have a
We
radar?
kick her out?
I mean, I have Hakita as my radar.
You didn't tell us that the whole time you had radar?
But I do want to say that was fucking dope.
How would you know you were asleep?
We're still getting chased.
Yeah, I trusted you.
We're not out of this yet.
I know you all want to kill Sai. I mean, but you know.
I know
We
you're some
won't
kind of
kill
big
it.
deal and all, but you don't just go to sleep in hot pursuit.
You know, whatever happens, happens. And you guys got that head. I mean, it may look like fucking more fucked up than cheese right now. God, I hope Kita can salvage that. But
my problem. That's what I said.
you hit him fast, you hit him hard, and we escaped. I didn't even know he had this vehicle. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a great piece of tech. We're going to have no issues. And, you know, it looks like we made it out alive.
We had issues.
Yeah, we made it out.
Do you actually want to
No,
shoot her? You keep making the sounds.
I'm just making noises.
Well,
Got the headset on.
put your train station on the
died.
map, I guess. What time is your train leaving?
I mean, you guys would be really familiar. This train is right by where Metal Burden is.
All right.
I look it up and I'm like, we may be just a tad too late for you to hop on that one. You're gonna have to take the later one. It looks like.
Yeah, we'll try and make it in time.
Well, look, I know I heard you guys are touchy about people knowing where your HQ is.
That's fine. It's fine.
Smart.
We'll take you there. It'll just take some extra time. As I slow down.
We're really going back to HQ?
We should probably get this guy some medical attention, right? I mean,
He's got 15 points of health.
You just see Winslor standing there, literally just in whitey tighties, with a couple stains on them.
with a
questionable.
piece of fabric holding a boner
Yeah.
or
What?
covering a boner.
I
Yeah.
forgot about
check,
that.
check the trunk. The bear's gotta have some.
As soon as I got into the gun, I got really excited.
Like a change. He's gotta have like riot clothes.
I'm
or
not hiding
something in
it.
here.
I ain't ashamed.
Can I check the trunk to see if it has like or check the car to see if it has like any clothing in it or anything?
I mean, yeah, you there's like this holographic display that shows the available compartments of the Corvette, and it's a Corvette, so like the
Like the Covenant Corvette ships, or
no,
What?
like the muscle car, and the storage space in the back is like, you know, it's like a thimble equivalent. It's like you could fit a suitcase
Just
back
Iron
there,
Face.
maybe. Yeah, well, you do see like this case with an outline of what looks to be like one of those yeah, like an Iron Face. Like it's what was that one movie with, was it Leonardo DiCaprio?
Man in the Iron Mask.
Man in the Iron Mask. It's like that mask. It's like a more sort of like medieval version of Baron Iron Face's mask or face, I
Hit
guess.
that button, I guess.
It just shoots it out of the back and it bounces out of the
Well, there goes that.
car and just slides on the ground
What happened?
behind you guys.
No, wait. Keep going.
Do I see where it went?
I mean, if you give
Yeah, I
me
would
a
like to target it. Yeah.
sure, are you gonna blow it up or
No, I'm just gonna target it.
No.
Okay, give me an intelligence plus perception
Hey, you got
or
any-
tracking
you got
rather.
You got any like grappling hooks or anything? Grapple it.
9.
Mm-mm.
What about a 10?
It lands into a pile of suitcases.
Why
Open
is there a
suitcases
pile
all
of
closed.
suitcases? More questions.
I mean, you know, have you played the forest? There's like suitcases everywhere.
Nope.
So a plane crashes.
Okay, so actually, that's what I was doing. I was finding a song. So you guys are driving along. Well,
Driving along
I'm
on a
looking
flatmobile.
for the.
I occasionally.
Not beside
It's
me,
like
please.
when you don't like the person in front of you on an airplane. Nudge her seat. If she's trying to go back to sleep.
Next to you?
But yeah, she's sitting next to you, not in front of you.
Yeah,
No,
what
in
are
front of
you
me. She's in
gonna
the
do?
passenger seat.
I thought that was natural.
Actually, no, I
Netra's
am
in the back seat with
seat.
me and Winslor.
I forgot about
I'm
that.
in like
How
the
did she- How did she
middle.
lean her seat back then? Because she would have
Where
crushed
am
you.
I? Am I in the middle or
That's
am
why
I in
it's
the?
You're on the
Nudge
right
it.
side, Matt.
Oh, I'm just chilling with the headset
Windsor.
on. That's just awkward.
No, you like put your face up to the sort of cylinder with the eye module. That
So you said so if
Ex-
size in the
it's-
front seat, and she wait, no.
if Sai's in the front seat and she laid down, then she would be like
Reclining on Winslor.
reclining on
She
Windsor.
really
yeah.
would be one of those annoying airplane
That's gonna be like-
passengers.
There's no way
No
she
way
would
you'd
have
be
been able. To,
firing.
there's no way she'd be able to sleep with that much excitement, if you know what I mean.
Like, what is hitting my
all
head?
right.
What?
I don't like this.
So are you taking her back? Are you taking her to the train station, or are you taking her back to Metal Burden?
Can I look up
Take
the
it to the
train
train station.
schedule?
Definitely not going to Metal Burden.
Slowly back to the train station.
Okay.
We could make it there in time, but I'm just slowing down on purpose to make her late.
Yes, the train station is in the same district WLV that Metal Burden is in, and it's a station that connects directly from the outskirts of Robo City 16 to Leningrad. Let's just call it the Russian equivalent in this world of a city. All of Russia contained in one city. Sickle and everything.
I'd like to talk to Sai.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
She's not talking to you.
I'm gonna look up the train schedule and circle the time that's like, 2 hours ahead from our current time.
Mhm.
Like the later train,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna like slide it over to Astraea,
It looks good.
to like a HUD or
Looks
something.
good. I don't know if maybe we'll be able to make that one too. Is
Maybe
there-
it's like to a car HUD, and I'll be like.
maybe there's a later one she could do. just drive it.
No, actually, I have a better plan. I'll wait.
All right.
Astraea? Or
yeah,
Jay,
I'd
I
like-
mean.
Can I talk to her now?
Yeah, I said Jay.
While you were snoozing, we had to make a deal with a friend in order to get away. So, as soon as we're done here, I think you're gonna have to, figure things out without us for a while. So just work that into your plan. Or sleep on it. However you feel. I don't care.
Dang.
Or on
He
me.
nudges his shotgun into her. Like,
Fine by me. I
All
gotta
right,
get
see
out
you
of the
later.
city and get repaired anyway. You guys did really good. The only reason I took a nap, I was awake the whole time, by the way. I was just testing you. You guys being real
Oh,
assholes.
another
likely
test.
story.
You made it without my help. And she like looks down at her arms, which are like
Returning
she tries
resistance,
to
not a
move them, and they like you see this almost like wave of activity. Sort of like move her arm up and then just like immediately sort of like roll and slap down to her side. Like I gotta get this sorted out. So hopefully you can understand why I didn't feel very effective and why I had an incredible amount of faith in the mortal code. So as soon as I get this settled, figured out, as soon as I feel normal again, then you can depend on me. But I'd say I even pulled my weight here. But that won't detract from what you guys accomplished. You need to get those codes over to Hakita. She's on the outskirts of the city on the eastern side, so not far away from the station. I would meet up with Jana first, so she can give you sort of a rundown of our next steps for this plan.
Where is she located?
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. She can meet you, but I know you're touchy about people knowing where your headquarters are, which is smart, so I won't ask.
Where's coming from? We never said this.
Didn't Jana come to our car last time?
You guys did, and you were muttering amongst each other of like how the fuck did she know where we are? Oh,
Yeah.
fucking little.
She's been spying on us, side. How do you know we were saying that?
We're well connected. We have to be. We trust each other. Something that hopefully we'll earn from you all.
Spying doesn't sound like trust, but okay.
Yeah.
Which they just gave information that you were talking about around Jana, who then said that you don't enjoy people just showing up. So Sai is literally going, I get what you're about.
Okay.
I am supportive of it.
You're invited to our casa, Sai.
Look, you can only tell me to go fuck myself so many
I
ways
said you
before I
were-
literally go
I
fuck
said
off.
you were invited. You're invited to our casa. It just may take a little longer, since the car's slowing down a little more. I can't help this, but
yeah, and she says, so just tell me where Jana can meet you all, or she can tell you where to meet her, and you can talk about next steps. I'll be gone for a few days, hopefully back for the
gone till November.
finale.
You can tell her to meet us at our favorite coffee shop, Caffeine Oil.
Phil's.
I
Beggar's
wrote it
Reach?
down. It's a real place.
Yeah,
Really?
Beggar's Reach. Okay.
I like Red Bigger.
Yeah,
He
it sounded
gives better stuff.
wickedly made up. But
It does. doesn't
Wickedly
it?
made up. Well, that's because it is wickedly made up, Max. Everything is wickedly made up.
I
no,
think-
it sounded like cat made up, not
No,
Magnus made
I
up.
specifically write down all the really bad names that Magnus comes up with so I can save them and come back to them.
Wow.
Later. The
Like Crack Rock?
stories. Yeah, Crack Rock.
Tough Town?
That was my very first game. All right, give me a break.
Caffeine
I
Oil.
thought it was
Tough
great.
Town
I liked it.
was very tough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Down. Crack Rock.
so Astraea,
Loser.
you're at the wheel. You can arrive or not whenever you please.
I'll arrive just in time to make her rush to get to her tray and have to push through people rudely.
So again, that's
Yeah.
according to what Netra gave you. That's 2 hours from now.
No, we can actually do the one that's currently gonna happen, but I had another plan. So yeah, we'll get there just in time for her train, but I would like to hack the train terminal signs so that they're all jumbled and it causes her more stress. Like,
Wait.
you know how it's like platform 5 and it'll say like this train, but I'm gonna mix them up so that she'll have to
Let's
like
just
seek
stop
out.
trolling her.
Fine. Fine. I guess I won't troll her.
Elaborate unnecessarily.
Fine.
The friends are like,
Whatever.
So,
Don't worry, I'll troll her. As soon as she gets out, I'll light her up on a you.
Astraea, are you just approaching the station as normal?
yeah. Making sure I'm not approaching it from the good side of the car. That was
A lot of looks, as this is again a car in a vehicle you would never see normally. It'd be like a look. There's whatever that golden eagle Pokemon was that Ash saw. It'd be like that. And so it was like the first episode, wasn't it?
Moltres?
Maybe.
Zapdos?
Move on.
So can I roll the windows up then?
No.
Just so nobody sees what's
Keep
inside?
mine down a little bit, and I'm gonna flip them off as we drive away.
Okay.
I'll keep
Like,
it
yeah,
down
you
slightly,
wish.
But I'm covering my face.
Yeah.
Sai pops open the door, which opens, vertically as cool cars do, Astraea, just like yours.
Oh.
And she sort of like hobbles out, and she goes, Astraea, you handle a wheel as good as Jay here manhandles a robo.
That doesn't sound appropriate, but thank you very much, son.
Netra, I think you might give Hakita a run for her money one day. But then
I
again,
already have.
well, then again, she's like half your age, so you know what, age schmage. Anything's possible. Just keep those eyes
You
focused.
don't know my age.
Winslor, I'm still figuring you out. Stay down, buddy. And she just like
Sitting down.
I'm up as ever.
like down is in like down.
Yeah, no. I'm up in other ways.
And she takes her jacket and he like throws it over her shoulder, and just like strolls into the train station. And she takes a right, and then she looks at the signs, and she's like, wait, and then she takes a left.
Good. I'm gonna watch her from the window.
All
with
while
satisfaction.
Netra, yes, smiles and keeps her eye on her as you guys drive away. And like as you're driving away, you see like people are approaching your car, like big, like heavy set, half cyberized, half normal, like those Russian furry hats, like thick coats, just like
And the turret. I just want to swivel the turret right over to them.
the guy that you swivel the turret to just like takes a step back, as the others are almost like like predators. Like, oh, what do we do now? You can do whatever you want, or you can drive away. They're no real threat right now.
Is there a party? Can I press the Baron's face button again and see if another mask comes out?
No, it's the trunk opens and then like a whole bunch of guns get pulled out from beneath their coats, and they aim at the car, and it's just like nothing there. Oh, this is confusing. And you guys drive away, and we will pick up there after the break. I think it's around time, right?
Yeah, about time.
Yeah. We'll come back in about 15-20 minutes, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this crazy adventure so far and dealing with Netra and everybody else's trolling.
How dare you?
See you soon. Welcome back, Sasapunks. I am not actually ready. I'm looking
Oh
for music
my
right now.
goodness.
You still don't have a playlist?
No, I have it. I mean, I have like a collection of stuff.
3 songs.
Is everyone ready? Yes.
There we go.
I'm not ready.
I was ambitious.
Top strap.
It doesn't look that bad.
Oh, no, I do need to bring it down, but I keep forgetting I need to. There we go.
Go back to intermission.
20 more minutes of me putting this headset on. Okay. All right, so you dropped Sai off as she makes her train. You hear the toot toot in the background and the chugga 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 chugga. Off northeast towards Leningrad, the Russian equivalent city. And where are you headed now? Astraea.
I don't know. We're headed towards where are we going, everybody? Are we going towards our favorite coffee shop or what?
Is Jonna meeting us right now?
I have no idea. I was driving. You guys were talking.
What happened
Where's
to
the
you?
Vitalithe machine?
Oh, okay. Well,
You'd have to do about a 30-minute drive back into the periphery of the heart of the city.
what if we drop you guys off and heal you up a little bit, and then we go and get that other vehicle and drive it back?
That work. That could work.
Okay, what other vehicle?
Your original vehicle?
Oh, we can't just drive in this thing? Alright, I like this car.
No, I'm saying like we
You
can,
could-
because
you
we
could-
need the bot that's in the trunk of that car.
We need to lay low too, and get out of this vehicle.
Yeah, like everywhere you go, there's like people turning their heads, and you'll even have people running up to the car, and like asking for money, asking for like, no, I'll work for you. I'll do, like bad things, for money. But it's like bad things is like more on the sexual end, as they're knocking on your door.
I'll clean your car.
in the the outskirts of the city, on the corners, just
Maybe.
people running up.
Watch your windshield.
Follow the car and we'll see.
Don't follow the car.
Can I?
You hear a lot of skin rubbing against the like as they're just driving away from them.
I'll take the headset off. Astraea, to bring this back to the burden, but don't bring it back to the burden.
What? That doesn't make
Like
sense.
a
Okay.
like a street down. You know what I'm saying? Like a block down. Park it in the alley, not near the burden.
That's not.
That'd be a
good.
burden on
That's
me.
worse.
That's not good, because then they'll know we're in this area.
Can I?
With this car
garage.
Can I somehow hack
Just the burden.
this car
Okay,
and like?
I'm gonna turn invisible
like a-
and park it.
Oh yeah, invisibility.
You're
Okay.
gonna turn invisible the whole time. Why
I
are you
was
questioning me
invisible
then?
before.
Why are you
You
questioning
see,
me
like-
then? Park it in the alley next to the
no,
burden.
I'm parking it inside burden, invisible.
Yeah,
Close the
yeah.
door and then
No.
uninvisible.
I don't want it seen go into the burden.
It'll be invisible. Let me
Invisible.
see.
It'll just look like the garage door is opening and then it'll close.
It'll look like people are floating into your garage. Not gonna close.
All right, whatever. I swear.
I'm on board with this.
Okay, so what is happening?
Turn the car invisible a while away from the burden.
I'll
then
open up the
going
garage.
and going into the burden, closing the garage, invisible in
Password's
the car.
password.
Yeah.
All right, you see a bunch of confused homeless people, just like as soon as you go invisible, just get entirely dumbfounded by what's going on. Look, I didn't think I was there yet. I'm finally off the deep end. Yeah, as you guys drive away. Okay, so you make it to Metal Burden successfully in the car. Hopefully the windows are rolled up. It's just like,
The music sounds different than our situation.
yeah, it's I think it just took some liberties. There you go. Okay, yeah, you guys pull into Metal Burden, Winslor's family's metal shop. Parking the car. And what's up next?
Go to the next car, open it up, and here's your Vitalift thing. We're all dying anyways. It has 20...
The car is not there. You
Oh,
left the
the car.
car at the Maker's Market.
Okay. Oh, well, how far?
30 minutes into the city. drive.
We can
Don't you
just
have, like,
we can
an
just
auto-
we can just walk over there.
Come home to you.
Yeah, if that's your next step, then by all means. But Jay, you get sort of like a spark on your communications device from Aptio. Do you answer?
This is Jay speaking.
Now, since you've made a name for yourselves, I see your time is more valuable now. Nice taking out the Baron. A lot of people were interested in that very same outcome. So you may or may not have some other individuals on your trail. But since your time is more valuable now, I'm willing to up the ante. If you get me the data from the Temple of Fire, you will have my forces at your disposal. Nearly half of the remnants of dust. We have an idea of what you're planning, and we want in.
All right. Can our rendezvous wait until after we go to the temple?
That's what I was hoping for.
Sounds good. We're not in great shape. Can we,
Well, the Baron Ironface is in worse shape. So you got out well enough.
Can any of our men help us in the temple?
I'm afraid not. You see, the remnants of dust are fractured right now. Half are looking for ancient knowledge of the world we left behind. The other half are bent on using our leftover knowledge from the Ministry of Technology for conquest and destruction. Bright minds with a short sight, I'm afraid. Needless to say, they don't know that there is a fracture right now. I try to keep below their perception, which casts a wide net over nearly everything we do. So anybody going to the Temple of Fire would surely be called out and questioned. This is why we've needed you to do it. But I can tell you that our ties will be severed as soon as you make the call. And you will have half of half of the forces of the remnants of dust, which is nothing to scoff at.
What about, Toa?
Toa's with me, with us.
You sure about that?
Of course, he's my right-hand man. What do you know that I don't?
No, just kidding.
Alright.
Thought so. On top of Toa, you'll get Technomancer's top-of-the-line tech, drones, and medical supplies.
Oh yeah, you got me at medical supplies. Can we get an advance on that medical supply?
Well, you've already turned our drone into something new. The mind of its own. Can't say I agree with that. Anything with a name tends to think a bit highly of itself, so good luck with your Vitalith.
What about hacking equipment? We got a prodigy on our hand.
We have that, but I feel like you have two powerful resources. I mean, these mechanical sounds are Windsor. We'll just say you're working on something in the back. You're just like, cutting metal for no reason.
Yeah, to fix it.
Making bullets out of
my body.
Trying to fix it.
I was picturing you
Trying to fix his
like
face.
in the corner of the garage, like looking over your shoulder and looking at us and making that noise that was just happening, but like through your mouth. Where you're just like
That actually would make more sense. I'm really fucked up. I died. I'm really fucked up in my mind.
You don't even know
Like,
what's going on.
I don't even know. So yeah, that makes more sense.
You think
I'm off in the corner and I have a solder in my hand, but I'm making like drilling noises on nothing. It's not plugged in or anything.
Just zoning out, like, what the fuck
Yeah.
just happened?
Back to normal. Back to normal. Sad.
The medical supplies will be yours as soon as we get the data from the Temple of Fire.
All right. Well, we'll let you know when we're there.
Also, be very aware and sensitive that you have made a name for yourselves now. This equates to like a what is it called?
Reputation.
Reputation. Thank you. A reputation of about 5 at this point.
Oh. I'm blushing.
Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty popular.
So people will know who you are. Walking the streets normally may not be safe. You may have a short period of time where you can get away with being a normal human individual. But that time will quickly come to a close.
Well, I think it's been overdue, you know. Time to augment ourselves. You know any good fixers?
We've got a few on our team, and there are a few throughout the city as well. What are you looking for?
Well, I need a new mask. I'd like to upgrade my chest rig.
Man, it's a shame that Baron mask just is gone now.
What? It's not gone.
He ejected it.
Huh?
The mask that was in the trunk? Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, Astraea's like, what's that? I'm just gonna.
It's not in the trunk. I said I have it on me.
You have the head on you.
Yeah, you have the head. You don't have the mask.
What mask?
His head has a mask on it that's blown off. That was blown off, really.
Where did this happen? No, I have it. It's on me.
Okay, sorry. Jay. So on the ride back, when you guys were already in the tunnels, Astraea tried to see if there was any extra storage with any pieces of clothes or anything, and saw like a 3D map of the car that they were in with a tiny, storage section in through the trunk with a suitcase in it that had a mask in it of Baron Ironface.
Oh, okay.
She then proceeded to jettison that mask out of the back of the trunk and drive away. So
I would have done the same thing.
yeah, well,
Thought it was, it would make sense if you press the button to get dressed. It doesn't launch it at you at a dangerous speed, but I guess he's out of that.
you got to get rid of your cargo really quickly.
I need a mask. Press that button.
I
Done.
got a reputation to uphold.
Okay, so yeah.
Hold on. So we'll have access to these fixers?
Again, all of the resources that I have at my command will be yours.
You said half. I just want to make sure
That
that in
what
the
I
half
have
that
at
we
my
access
command
to.
is half. They will be yours after you get us the data.
Okay. Cool.
I suggest you rest up. We
I-
will be in touch.
I closed my augmented, augment AR flip phone, and I toss it.
Just a bunch of just shatters on the wall in
This
front of
noise.
you.
This is the
Yeah.
noise that you're making.
Yep. I'm making
And
this
then
noise.
because it's AR, it's just like it just continually pounds itself into the wall until it's destroyed.
Yeah, I was like,
I needed lotion.
Okay, I'm gonna do another song.
it's very fragrant.
Yeah,
Whoa, something does smell.
it's lotion. I tried to put it on under the table. Maybe the table would.
Mask the smell?
Versus up here.
Worked so well.
Think again.
No one would know.
Aptio pretty much just says like, excited to do business with you, and then hangs up.
I don't hear that. I flipped. I closed.
Oh
the
yeah,
phone
you did close the phone and then throw it
tossed
away. Yeah. Sorry. Excited. Okay, so you guys are inside of Metal Burden. What is your next step? Jana is, who knows? She's either waiting for you at the coffee place, or you can go pick up the car.
Well, I'm gonna finish welding my schematic of Mega Metropolis of World Dominator.
Winslor,
The world dominator.
can you fix this?
Mega Metropolis.
I like
World
I'm
Dominator.
gonna look at the.
What is it?
Baron's sword now? You should have his sword, don't you still? Or his
Yeah, but I'm keeping that.
So you got.
That's just mine.
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna fix it or are you gonna?
It's not broken.
Okay.
The electric spark, sort of.
There are two things I wanted to
Up the
do,
blade.
but Windsor, are you a metal working person? I'd like to inspect the head that I have. Is there a mask on it?
Yes. There's like a portion of the face that is detachable. It's like, again, magnets don't operate as they normally do in our real world. It's attached by magnets. So it's just easy, like...
Take everything you know
Take
about
that.
magnets. Now throw it out the window. These are new magnets.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are
Magic
Gonzalez
magnets.
magnets.
It's called magnets. Sorry.
Imagination.
It's magnetic.
Yes, they're yeah.
Okay, well, anyway,
And it makes this...
I'd like to try and detach it.
Okay, it's riddled with holes, thanks to you.
Does it still look like recognizable?
I mean, yeah. There's like 4 holes in various different portions of it, but it's still got the semblance of it.
I think so. I'm just gonna ask,
Winslor, do you have some kind of something I can turn this into a mask with?
Oh yeah, man. I start reaching for just random ass tools, but trying to reach for a specific one that I actually need.
I'm sorry, I was trying to actually get the music to play.
I'm acting like a crazy person, but I'm actually gonna grab the actual tool that I need.
Okay.
For the taking off the mask.
no. I mean, I don't think I need your help because it's just I'm gonna try to like turn it into like I'm gonna replace my mask with that thing, his mask.
Do you want to fix it or keep the holes in it?
Keep the holes in it.
Okay.
But I think I can just do it with like maybe some wire.
I mean, you can give me an intelligence or a...
I just throw him a screwdriver.
Isn't it magnetic? Is your mask you have on metal? Can you just stick it to the mask you have on?
I don't think it is metal. That'd be metal.
I guess just tech plus basic tech if you haven't.
Look, I might not know tech, but I can figure out wires.
Can I access the drone from my own system? Like turn it online remotely?
6. I got 8.
It's many miles away right now, and there's no real way to connect between things many miles away. Like everything that you've been working through has been pretty proximal.
Then while they're doing this, can we go get the drone?
Yeah. If just let me know how you want to do it.
I think I'll flip up my visor or take my headgear off so people don't recognize me.
Yeah. So you have a pretty big audience right now. You're getting way more comments.
Shot.
Way more comments than
Yeah.
even the huge amount that we're getting.
I know.
Wow.
Look
Thanks, guys.
Video bitrate, audio bitrate.
Great
Questions.
Yes. Okay. So you're going incognitus.
Neato.
Neato.
Neatest.
Give me a Dex plus Stealth if you're trying to just like make your way over there. And you're going alone, or are you going with Astraea?
Yeah,
Astraea,
well,
you
if
wanna
she's
tag
going,
along?
if she's going to get the car, I'll go get the car. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Astraea, also give me a Dex plus Stealth.
Nah,
Dex plus
10,
stealth, but I'm
which
not
brings
very.
it to
Before you guys take off, I'd like to
26.
talk to you, Astraea.
Okay.
I don't have stealth. I have evasion. But yeah, I guess we'll just do.
You can jump from shadow to shadow on your way.
Is that a 10? To 0?
Yes.
That's a natural 10.
Here she starts walking down.
You
the
reach out your
robot.
hand to talk to Astraea, and her image just disappears.
I bet like to win. Who goes there? Nobody.
Okay.
Okay, Astraea, I'm sorry. I got protective about this sword. Is there something you wanted to do with it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you just a shadow?
I'm
Haven't
fluttering around. You
haven't
can't
been
see me.
talking about
Dust in the
shadow.
wind.
I'm so stealthy. I'm just yes.
A voice in the wind.
As you turn the corner to look up, and I'm just like spider
A
rocking across the
thought in the
ceiling.
wind.
Okay.
Like an old lady in that Legion movie. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, so the sword is all yours, Jay. Okay, so with both of your natural 10s, you change your clothes, take off anything that you'd be normally known as or recognizable in as a member of the Mortal Code, and you even see some holograms printed of your likeness spinning in a circle on certain security terminals that are periodically appear throughout the city. And you make it to Maker's Market through taking. Would you take public transportation or just walk the whole way there? Because if you walk the whole way there, it's going to be like 4 hours.
A mixture. Public walking. All
Okay, it takes about an hour and a half to get there. It's nighttime at this point, and you make it to your car. The Vitalith is there. It has been spray painted on.
Whatever. Like more character, more. You know, like yeah, just stealthier. It blends in.
It says "Machines Bitch" on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll leave that for the time being. When we get to the right spot, we're gonna erase that off. But I want to see who's around the area, just to see who made it done this.
Okay, give me an intelligence plus perception.
What? Oh,
Intelligence plus
Okay, yeah, so intelligence,
perception.
So that's 20.
You see a bunch of individuals milling about in about the twilight time of the night, just like smoking, doing hard drugs right on the street, like somebody's seizuring in the middle of the road, but you can't quite find anybody. So he's like,
hey,
"It's me."
machines, bitch, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Who did this? Who did this? Huh?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
you know, like, like muttering amongst each other as they're looking at you side eye. Everybody's just doing their own thing at this point. The spray paint seems rather old.
Oh my God, well then, I'm not gonna kill anybody today, I guess. Get into my car and start it.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before heading back?
Check and see if everything's still in there.
There are certainly scuffs. There's like the one of the windows. It has a spidered crack along it, as though somebody had tried to break in, which takes quite a bit for your vehicle, I would say. And they just like it. It's almost like you see the line of thinking, like, oh, they tried to break in, fucking, they couldn't,
like,
and then they just spray painted Machines Bitch on it and then walked away. Yeah. A car that was there in front of you, that was like parked in front of you, is gone though. And they found success in some way.
All right, so yeah, I guess. Where do you want to go, Netra? You're gonna net run some things. You're gonna do some streaming stuff, or you just want to go back?
Let's just go back.
All right, I was like,
She doesn't have a headset on, which is kind of weird. To like again, like there's an imprint on her face, and it's also like much more
kinda-
light of complexion.
I like
My
taken
eyes
aback when I
are,
like noticed her at
really
first. I like look around, like,
red.
where's Nitra? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I guess is that
I've been
just,
here the
like,
whole time.
dead.
Like-
Looking straight in.
all right?
Kind of
Just like-
squinting because I'm not used to seeing things in real life.
Phantom hacking thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Here, put these sunglasses on. Yeah.
Why, it's nighttime.
Now, just put them on. Look a little worse for wear.
Is this what
Let's go.
normal people do?
Okay, so you all convene back at Metal Burden. What are your next steps?
I'm gonna take the Vitalith out and give it to them.
Does someone need healing? Mortal Code, I am here to assist. Winslor, you look terrible. Let me tend to you.
And just like mechanisms are like slowly going in and out. What is that? What?
I'm gunning him down.
He's farting.
When I'm actually farting.
So, how would you like to use the Vitalith? As he's pretty focused on Winslor as Winslor looks really bad, and then looks around at all of you as like small little arms.
Oh.
You're lucky that I basically finished that.
Whoo!
There's
Small little
not
arms
gonna-
are sort of like reaching for each one of you and says, "Wow, you guys are in bad shape. I don't have enough to tend to all of you tonight. But if we spend the day together tomorrow, I
Not
may be
happening.
more capable."
My schedule's open.
He immediately rushes over to you and
Not if you're
heals
the
you
last
for
vital lift
20
order.
points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like one of the
So
two
good.
cartridges just gets shot from the top of his disc form.
I'm gonna say
Harder.
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
Not good enough.
Dang.
Yeah, you dropped a thick load in you.
You could
So,
call
wasn't enough.
yourself a Vitalith.
I think we have a long future together, so I'll get better.
I'm serious.
Who's next? What?
I'm still bleeding.
After 20 points?
Yeah.
I'm not like exaggerating that I was looking real bad.
I died.
Yeah, as like Winslor is like more pale than you've ever seen him, still having barely any clothes on. Most of his body is,
Don't worry
is
about me.
covered with
I'm beep booping.
flakes
As
of
I-
dried
I'm
blood
beep booping
and
on
wet
the-
blood.
You have let's just say double
another-
the amount of health that I
Another
have right
20
now.
points goes to you, Jay.
Thank
And
God.
and
Double, huh? I have 8.
I'm
Yeah,
tapped
you have
out.
15.
I gave you that.
It's just
15
like-
And I
point
rolled
ref.
4.
the Vitalith puts a cigarette to his mouth.
Is this supposed to recharge your
That was
your
good.
vials, Vitalith, or are you just smoking? Because
You're a robot.
don't do it inside if you do that.
Ah, very
Yeah.
conscious of you,
None of
Astraea.
us smoke. That's very rude.
Well, I just went
You're
through.
supposed to be helping us, not hurting us.
Yeah. You're cutting our lifespan
I trusted you,
Down.
Vitalith. I trusted you.
with second.
He's just like
hand
slowly
smoke.
sinking to the ground as he's just like, I help, but I don't, but you know, and just like slowly while scraping across the floor, opens the door and leaves.
You can stay. Just be more conscious next time. We still love you.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to him and take the cigarette from him and be like, I need this more than you. I'm gonna walk away. I go into my room.
I'll see you tomorrow, Winslor.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything for the night or?
I guess I look at the new car and look at the old car and just like, good. How many guns are on the new car?
There are, you see 3.
Can I try and remove one of those guns, or like ask somebody for help to remove one of the guns?
It'll take a good most of the night, so you won't get any rest. And
I'll do it in like portions, like an hour today, an hour the next day, then an hour the next day after that. It'll take time.
Sure. Give me a intelligence
auto-tech?
plus either tech plus basic tech or intelligence plus education.
I mean, tech plus basic tech. Oh.
There's tech like the primary skill, and then basic tech, which is the supporting skill.
Intelligence and education. Oh, natural.
What
20.
natural fucking motherfucker?
Wow, yeah, you immediately like, well, yeah, this Corvette is good and all, and it's got like everything you could need and is like the top of the line vehicle. But then you look at your vehicle and you're like, I've got so much history here.
I don't
and then
need 3 guns on one vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. So you managed to fully remove one gun while having an idea in your head as to how to implement it into your owned car at some point in the future. But that's the best you can do tonight if you still
Yeah.
want to get a full night's rest.
That's all I want to do. Like, I took it off. All right, that's plenty of progress.
And anybody else who is going to sleep tonight, just use your body point to give that much health back to you.
I would like to, before when everybody kind of goes, if I hear nothing outside, check on my madre.
Okay. She's as you open the door.
I'm just gonna creak it open, just slightly ajar.
She's in it at this time of night. She is sleeping, but still with the headset on, blanket like halfway down her, almost like falling off the bed. But she's.
I'm just gonna sigh and close the door and go back to bed.
If I'd like to, I don't know, like be waiting outside the room to intercept you before you go to bed. All right.
Winslor.
I'm still in my underwear, by the way.
Of course. I'm gonna hold up the sword and be like,
Can you attach this to my arm tomorrow? After you've been healed up.
not the machete, the Baron's sword. I have cyber arms.
Yeah, we can give it a try, man. Whatever you want to do.
Like an Assassin's Creed blade, or like just
yeah,
like
yeah. So it basically just goes like this. Well, no, I guess
I mean, it's
Assassin's
still
Creed
like
is,
a big
underneath.
like, it's still like it's got 2 sides. It's like 2 blades that have been, like welded together already, and so there's gonna be no hiding it. It's gonna be like trying to conceal a claymore, but like
Once he
wider
gets
on your.
Mantis blades installed.
Yeah, if you wanna try and make a really high roll for
No, that's fine.
for like cutting the blade up and then like compartmentalizing it inside of an arm and then
I'll go over the plans tomorrow.
all right, you guys all getting a night's sleep? Okay, give yourself your body stat of health back.
I already did that.
I'm at 18.
The-
I'm seriously wounded still.
The Vitalith is hovering directly above your face, Winslor, as you wake up. Are you ready yet? How about now? Can I touch you? Are you awake?
I'm just gonna violently grab out of like a sleep.
About time!
Get it over with. Put it in me.
Sticks all of its appendages into your body, and
You hear
it
some-
just
like
goes
8
to.
You
arms
hear
pop out.
violent moans from my
You
room.
heal 40 points, and it afterwards lights up another cigarette and breathes heavily.
Better go
again.
outside.
Right.
That's like
Just flies outside of his own.
Swear to God, if I smell that smoke in here.
Grounded.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do now? You have Jana to meet up with. You have the Temple of Fire to go to. anything else that you want to get done?
Yes.
I'm gonna start drawing up some schematics for Jay's arm and how I'm gonna do this.
Can you, if there are 2 blades, can you rip off the blades and then one
Like
blade,
split it in half.
one blade on one arm,
So cut it down the
other
middle.
blade on the other arm?
So I'm gonna cut it down the middle, cut it in half to fit this. Okay.
Huh?
It's a big blade,
Okay,
so I'm gonna
you're
cut it
cutting
in
and then
half,
Cutting it in half, like
and then cutting the length of the blade pretty much in half to fit his arm. I'm gonna take measurements of his arm, width of the forearm, and I'm gonna cut it in half, shrink it down, sharpen it, attach it to a rig.
Yes.
it was a tuning fork blade.
Does this have to be done today?
Didn't it have special properties to do or something?
It'll
like
take a
that?
few
Or
hours.
was it just a regular blade that looked like a tuning fork?
Probably gonna take more than a few hours. Count on it.
Whenever you have time.
Okay, I'm gonna put most of my morning into this.
Okay, give me a tech plus basic tech, or whatever else you can tell me that is relevant. Do you have tech plus basic tech?
I was gonna use my local expert
If you can explain to me how that makes any sense.
because I work in a metal shop. Makes me a
Local expert is like culturally like, ooh, I'm in, like the whatever district, so I know more about whatever in this whatever
It
district.
was like you know where to get the supplies to do your job and
Yeah.
like
I thought of local expert completely wrong.
I'll throw my luck his way.
I will
In the
use
form
all
of-
of my concentration on this.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
be his tool boy.
tool boy. All right. Will plus concentration plus all of Jay's luck.
And my luck.
All of your luck as well.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
I don't
Okay.
fucking- I don't use luck for
If
literally
you make it
anything
above
else.
30, you'll be able to get this complete today.
So it's
and
what?
as you
What's
imagine.
What's what?
5 luck.
Will plus concentration plus 1d10 plus 5 luck.
Yeah.
Plus your luck.
I got 24.
What?
What'd you say?
So you got
24.
24.
I got 24.
You are prepared to install it, but like making sense of an incredibly high-tech
You said
blade.
30,
Yeah.
and I rolled a 24.
Yeah,
And you rolled what?
5. Or no, I mean I have 5 luck. 5 points of luck to give to you.
so there's 29. It's so it's like
This
so
is
you're
on you, I used
So,
everything.
you're
You just
able-
were like, "Meh, whatever."
so
I have
you
5
you
luck.
like
I can't give you any more than I.
you
only
get the
5 luck?
pieces of paper, you like draw the templates and everything, you like
Wait,
line everything up.
hold on. If we were to level up in this process, I'd throw another point into luck.
Boom!
Boom!
He's got it installed today.
Hypothetical solutions.
I'm a problem solver.
God, I don't want to be that accepting as a DM.
You shouldn't be, but you
You
should. But
gotta
you
draw the
shouldn't, but
line
you should.
somewhere. Is this the
Make
line?
a decision.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, players.
Oh.
Fluff your nutter butter.
Wait,
is
why
what I
start
say.
out with a cuss word then end with niceties?
Yeah, you
That's
can't-
not the
you can't
Mercer
do that.
way.
fluffer.
I'm pretty sure your mom is watching too.
Yeah.
She
She's
is.
You got
Not,
an incoming
hopefully.
slap coming
No.
your way.
Don't worry, I got
She-
this.
That
Mom.
third
She only
viewer-
slapped me when I slapped her. Okay,
That's dark.
let's not get into that. Anyway,
Luna,
so
sure she
you
was.
get you draw up all the. God damn it.
It's
This
for
is
you, Mom.
Mrs. Beach.
Hey, what?
Anyway, so you drop the schematics, blueprints, everything. You detach the blades, and you manage to attach them onto the relevant portions of his arm and the sliding mechanisms and everything. They're good to go. But the wiring is something that the metal burden does not excel in, and so they're just not. They've lost their electrical state when you separated them, and it's only a matter of finding the expertise to connect those wires again and make them useful. But for now, they are dual blades. They just are not electrified dual
Can
blades.
I be that expert?
If you add
The wires.
if you add your luck or whatever to, you're just like, oh, and you just like take a wire and it's like, boop, and you just like
Dummies.
yeah.
Green to yellow, dude.
You just twist it around another wire, and you're like, fucking idiots. I don't know why I made you a valley girl, but
I'll take it. I like it.
Sip a pumpkin spice latte and
Yeah.
walk away.
Into their Uggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that sounds
I really hope Netra is not like that. But are you adding your luck to get this?
Do luck points?
Oh, you used all your luck. They
Oh, we
were
slept.
Yeah, do they recharge
They
every day in game?
Every
too?
session.
It's
Long
typically
rests.
every session, but we have since said every rest.
There you go.
Wow, so that means I can. That
Looks like that wire is connected. Bing, bang, boom. Legendary item.
Yeah. I really would like to be drinking my pumpkin spice latte. And they bring it over and it's broken. I'm like, stupid. And then it's done.
You just twirl your finger around the cord and twirl it into another wire, and you're like,
You guys are ridiculous.
Out of pure
It's done.
frustration of me not solving it,
You break
I
it.
walk away.
Both you and Netra walk away.
Yeah,
In your
like,
own-
yeah, it's fucking done apparently. Yeah, there you go.
and Jay's just like, this is good, but this is good
Can
work."
somebody help me with this?
Nah, I'm out of here.
I'm just
I
standing
did-
there with no arms.
No, you are. Your
What?
arms are complete,
You
but
have-
as soon as they're complete, both walk away with extreme disinterest in the project, in you.
Damn.
You know,
Wow.
it's it's like, you know, throw their hands up and just like turn around and.
I just love to bring the group together. Thanks, team.
Okay, so what next?
I would like to
It's
attach Jay's arms.
it's early afternoon right now.
I would like
You're
to
already
attach
attached, though.
Jay's arms.
Are you-
They're already attached. They're good to go. You're electrified and
I'm
everything.
doing this number. You know.
Well, we should probably prepare. You know, a little bit of health, a little bit of armor, a little bit of stem.
You already used all the
Yes.
health.
All health is gone.
Buy a little
The,
bit.
the like dead space meter on the back of
I
the
got a-
Vitalith is depleted. It's red.
I got a little bit of credits left, so we can do stuff. Or we can just go straight to the fire temple. Wait, whatever.
I'm happy to go to was it Red Vigor? Something about Vigor.
So
Red vigor. Yeah.
Red
the
Vigor.
quick question: the drone we have, how big is it again?
It's like 3 feet in diameter. I probably said something different, but it's around like 2 to 3
Yeah,
feet in
like
diameter.
a disc, and how thick
Yeah.
is it? Like
Maybe like in between like 5 to 8 inches in thickness.
So-
and and then it's got like a imagine like almost like a spherical primary body that holds the disc and extends lower. There's like a bulb on the bottom, if that makes sense, which is where the arms sort of extend out.
So is there any way for me to attach like a storage compartment, just like a little tiny one that'll fit there?
Give me a tech plus basic tech, and we'll see how this goes. Man, you guys are customization fiends. You went up a rank and unlocked the mandatory shoulder armor.
Basic tech. I don't know.
Recon.
Basic tech.
I mean, he's a meta gamer. I'm playing a game right now that's all about min-maxing.
So that's I guess I
Pillars?
just got
Or,
7.
path?
So that's not.
Mid what?
Wait, oh, actually, just 7.
Min-me.
Just 7. It's like you try and attach it and then like it's sort of like lolls to the side, and he's like, "This is
Can't do it to
uncomfortable."
me.
I'll take it out.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like, oh, thank God.
Is it made of metal?
Yes, it's made of very light.
Since magnets have worked differently, can I magnetize my very heavy pistol and stick it to the?
Sure,
You
why not?
you already
Yeah,
rolled
sure.
you already rolled a
Go
7.
do
so-
it.
Fine, then.
You could do it.
Imagine it.
I'm done then. I'm done then.
Imagnet Nation.
Imagine it.
All right.
Magnetize it.
Have you guys gotten
Trademark.
all of your
Trademark.
wildest dreams out of the way this morning?
I would like to bring the sniper rifle along this time.
Okay.
I would like to spend at least 20 minutes finagling with it, try to fix it, try to take off the security protocol for the trigger.
Tech plus basic tech. If you don't have those, it's a straight roll. And you, without having knowledge of this thing, What'd you get?
It explodes.
This is some interesting piece of tech I got here. Cuckoo. Then
Basically
you put
what
it
I
back
do.
in the storage
basically
container.
what I fucking do. Wowee! I don't know this. Come back to it another day.
Pretty much.
Fucking idiot.
What is the goal of today for you guys?
R&R.
What's on the TV?
It looks like another shopping episode.
I said I'd like to go to Red Burger.
Oh, okay. You did
It's a
say
good
that.
We were
burger.
going to Caffeine Oil.
I mean, it's in the same strip in the Beggar's Reach market. So, what car are you taking, or are you taking the underground path?
Shitty car.
Yeah, let's take the bad car.
Wait, define the shitty car?
The original car.
Okay.
That
Oh,
is your
it's like-
family
That's
car.
your
car
that's your car.
It's still a
Has a
shitty car.
name.
I'm not gonna say it's a great
It
fucking
has a
like.
name.
Can we
like
call
a
it the
freaking-
dream?
No, I'm not calling it the dream.
Hey, we call it the dream.
Nah, no. You call it the dream. You get out. You walk.
'Cause it could be something good. Maybe.
You walk. That's it. Open the door.
I guess I
Fuck!
said...
I will walk. I will walk, Astraea. I'll walk.
You guys are like more
I
lauded
walk
and
out
like
of
successful
stubbornness,
now than you've ever been, and you've got like a lot of attention
and
from
just
very
pure
important people.
spitefulness.
As I
And it's
drive
just
next
the
and then
worst
burn out
morning ever for all
Good.
of you.
Good.
As you're arguing with each other,
Fuck.
bickering
I hold out my
down
thumb.
the hallway.
I'll suck some whatever
As he's doing that,
to get a ride.
I drive by and I see the biggest puddle I can, and I right next to him.
Good.
You can go.
Good.
Which hits a lot of skin because you still haven't said that you
Yeah.
get any
I'm
amount of clothing on.
I'm still in underwear.
Good. Yep.
Goodness.
That ain't rough
gracious.
draft.
Mixing with
away
the
with-
blood, you are like some homeless people come to
I am
you
impervious
out of the
to all
shadows and ask if you are
infections.
okay and if you need a friend. And we got a space for you, just over here. Come on! And it's just like this, like 3 cardboard boxes stacked on each other. He like presents it to you.
I
and they,
go.
They
No,
fall
seriously,
in
I
on
go.
each other.
Like, yeah, I think I need a little bit of time to myself, and I like lay down in the boxes.
Right next to
As we
Melbourne.
drive right,
And
like,
you
go
just
check
hear-
your
you
sniper
just-
rifle.
You feel this warm breath on you mixed with a disgusting scent, and you hear like, "What's your name, stranger?" And we'll get
You
to
have 3 more diseases. And that's where we'll pick up.
We're not even done yet. All right, you guys make it back to your home, to Beggar's Reach.
We're going to see Red Vigor.
Huh?
We're going to see Red Vigor.
You're going to see Red Vigor. I need to remember his voice.
Sure, you don't want to remember this homeless guy's voice.
It's
How many
I can-
teeth is he rocking?
Yeah, that's fine.
They're all rotten. That's why his breath is so bad.
I think it's approximately his voice. All right.
It's good to see you again. How can I help? Jay, wasn't it?
Your number 1 customer. We're all out of
Not
stems.
in a literal sense, but you've done us a favor, yes, and I won't soon forget it.
Maybe not now. You'll see. You got a loyalty program? I'd like to sign up.
Stamp card.
No.
Returns get
no.
a free thing.
10 returns. Why would you want
We're the
return
only
stuff?
medical supply surgeon in the Beggar's Reach, so we don't need to buy into any of those marketing strategies.
That's why you're not doing so
Well.
well.
Well, you're our favorite, so there's that. You got any new stims for us?
Remember, that's not Red Vigor. That's Lucid.
Oh, that's where I wanted to go. Dang
Red
it.
Vigor's
You don't even need me.
No, we don't.
I need you.
I thought
Oh, yeah, I'm
Red
not
Vigor
there.
I thought Red Vigor was medical.
It is.
Red Vigor is medical.
He went to the wrong place.
Oh,
Do we
wait.
need help? Or can he, no, he can't heal. He can't heal us. Never mind.
He's got skin
Wait.
grafts that you could probably purchase. From
Actually,
him.
yeah. I think we do need your services.
I'm still pretty banged up here. I got like, a couple holes in me, a couple slashes in my All my stuff. Nothing on the face though. Luckily.
What are you looking for, Jay?
Medical supplies, skin grafts.
Wait, then you are in the right. But
Yeah.
He just remembered where he was
Look.
at.
You just see
What his
Lucid
name
because
He wants healing and drugs.
We were disoriented there for a minute, but we need medical supplies.
yeah, I got some skin grafts for you. Just got another group to deliver new medical supplies.
Wait, you using people besides us, Red Vigor? I thought we were a family.
You were busy,
I see how it is.
unavailable, and we had
Likely story.
needs in Beggar's Reach.
I feel betrayed.
How many skin grafts do you need?
Don't think to betray you.
Betray
I'll
you.
I'll get
Betray
one for
you.
my friend Astraea.
What?
Jesus.
Astraea.
You call me betrayer?
Astraea.
That's it.
Astraea.
It has been. Is it because it's been literally one extra week
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we're just like,
What is Cyberpunk?
How do I roll dice?
What's our words?
Okay, so you're getting two then. Skin grafts.
I just need one skin thing, just for my,
Yeah, sure, too.
my abdomen's feeling a bit vulnerable right now.
Oh, he's feeling vulnerable.
Metro, what was wrong with you? What was that?
For you, that'll be 150 credits.
I mean, we
Okay.
thought we were close to that. You gonna charge us the full price still?
Here you go.
And I'll do thumb flick motion.
The Bitcoin comes out here.
nice. And you see this like this AR syringe just like fill with more green over his shoulder.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Stay healthy now. See you on the other side.
See you then.
Hopefully not. I want to live. But
Okay,
yeah.
so
Let's go see Lucid. Yeah, Stims. Stim's good.
Driving there? I guess there.
Do you
I'm
guys
with
still
you.
have stims?
Oh,
No, we gave them away.
no, we do have. I mean, I actually kind of lost track of what we. So, I shot Milky Water. We're down both Milky Waters now.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Bliss. Did you get it back from Janice?
You never gave me the bliss.
I thought you gave the
I got the reflex.
Oh,
I
refresh.
used the reflex.
you gave something to
But you were gonna hand
Magnificent
the refresh
Vibes.
to Jana, and then you got it back because they didn't use it or something.
I don't think I ever asked for it back. But we had two of them. I took the other one. I never used the other one though. Because I think the other one was like, we're gonna use it on the Baron guy, but then we never used it on the Baron. So I'm not sure where that one went. Actually, do I still have it on here? No, I guess. Oh nope. Still, yeah. Never mind. I still have one refresh bullet. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no skin grafts though. I have one skin graft now. I guess again. So.
Dead Eye. I think you took. Right?
Deadeye.
Red
I don't
Or
remember.
sorry,
Red
Red
Eye.
Eye. Red Eye.
Did I take Red Eye?
Or no, you took Overdose.
Yeah, I took Overdose.
Okay.
Overhose.
So I have
Overdose.
one
Books,
Overdose, one Red Eye, one Reflex, one Refresh, and one Bliss.
I don't see one called refresh. I wrote down red eye, overdose, reflex.
That's 'cause
Refresh
I
was,
have
I
the
think, a really
refresh.
expensive one that got rid of any negative symptoms.
Yeah,
And like, it sort of like cleared your system.
I have the refresh bullet. I don't know why I still have it though. I guess. Oh yeah, because
Sorry, I'm actually out of reflex.
Yeah, I use that to drive.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure what the refresh bullet will do now because we don't really need it. But can we trade it
Can
in for
you
something
just
else?
Remind me what red eye does?
It keeps those eyes open.
Makes you super
Keep those
fast.
eyes
It's,
open.
I wrote down basically cocaine, and you crash after 24 hours. And your perception and
Oh, no.
concentration is.
Whoopsies.
Oh, that
Turn off your mic when you sneeze.
Yeah.
can't.
So you
That's true.
it's like difficult to talk, but you have advantage on intelligence rolls. It gets rid of any exhaustion, but it times 2 exhaustion it doubles exhaustion afterwards,
Can you write this down?
and you get 10 health temporarily. Sorry, intelligence and dex rolls. But tech and EMP on the time of using this are halved. So it's like you're a gymnastics powerhouse master, but like anything to do with like, delicate finger dexterity or like something that you have to execute that involves any amount of intelligence, you're kind of screwed.
Okay. And then and reflex.
For 1 hour, your dex is doubled and your intelligence is halved. Anything under dex and anything under intelligence. And then exhaustion, just because there's like drugs in this world, exhaustion would be real. It's going to be similar to, D&D, where if you are exhausted, most of your rolls will be at disadvantage.
Okay. An overdose is strength times 2.
Overdose is strength times 3, but it's also times 3 lower intelligence and will. So everything will be at a third for intelligence and will, but your strength will be triple. And when you take it, you'll have to make a con save. Well, like the con save equivalent should probably be concentration. Or you'll just be yelling violently.
Whoa. Sounds hot.
It's so hot.
Okay. Cool. All right. Sorry.
No worries. So you're saying lucid, or you are going to
Lucid.
Cavino? Okay. Just save time. You navigate your way through the Beggar's Reach, multiple different stalls, usually a hub of activity, lower tier equipment, and you see Lucid in his dark-skinned, sort of like dark glasses as well, with the highlighted green eyes behind them, and his body still this infrastructure of mixing chemicals together and preparing them throughout his body while tending to the catatonic individuals in front of him.
Ah, Jay, nice to see you again. What brings you around my side of the reach?
Oh, stims.
Of course.
Good stuff.
Well, all my stuff is good, so what are you into particularly?
What are you boying?
What are you selling? Got anything new?
Unfortunately not. Milky Waters, my newest implemented purchasable stim. Wildly successful, by the way.
Yeah, well, I hear on the streets that you're not able to keep up with the thirst The streets are hungry.
Can I get a milky refresh?
I'm sorry, where are you hearing that? Business is good.
Just outside your door.
He like looks around like at any door that exists, but there is none. Just like, huh?
Okay, maybe I'm just the one saying that.
Well, now you're
I need something
confusing
new.
me. I ain't got
What do
nothing.
you got?
I ain't nothing new, man.
Oh, don't fuck with me.
Can I pose a question to him?
Look, I make money off of fiends, but you're starting to scare me, Jay. I thought you had a right of mind than
Fine.
you're displaying now.
I thought you liked to live life on the edge. Push us past.
No, as a player,
limit.
that's your job, not mine.
What's a player?
A player in the chemical of life, you know what I mean? Wait, you're not even here.
So,
Games
Speaking
with
in
me.
phantom.
can I,
Lucid.
Ooh, what's up, sexy mama?
next time you say that, I'm gonna rip your throat box out, but yes,
I got it. Strong as well.
Could you, is there a possible way to make your refresh, like, time delayed? Like, adding the milky water to the refresh, so, like, I can still be messed up, but take the refresh, and then have it hit me later?
Ah.
I want to be fucked up, but I want to have, but I want to still be good when the time comes. Like,
If you got a request, put it in now. I'll see what I can do. That is an interesting experiment that I would love to indulge in.
I'll be your tester. Just don't call me babe anymore. Or yeah.
I tried my luck and I failed. You're smarter than I gave you credit for. I will make that mistake again.
Yeah, especially not calling people smarter than you thought. but thank you.
We should add at least 2 drugs to our order for free.
I'll add one to this, individual here. One on the house. Name it.
Reflex.
He gives you reflex and milky water at the same time, organic version, and says, "Yeah,
By all means, whatever you do after this exchange is all on you."
Put them together and do like that weird like thing where I tape them both
like
together.
yeah."
And then it's like, all right, so now I can just sweet.
Okay, that'll be very interesting.
Jesus. Is that all you need? You need suggestions, an idea box? Because if that's all you need to make new stuff, that's all you had to say.
Here, I'm gonna give you a refresh on the house. I think something's in your system now that's making you all judgmental and crazy. This ought to settle you down.
It's fame. Popular.
Yeah, I heard you're a 5 now.
Yeah, we're all 5s.
Yeah, so you better watch out.
Wow.
Well, here's one for you. I want something that'll make me see shit. Can you do that?
Ah, loosey-goosey.
Yeah, but I want to pull it in bullets.
Okay, that's gonna cost a bit, extra.
Okay, but I'll take some loosey-goosey now. And when I come back,
You know what to do.
You know, it seems like you guys have been through an episode or 2. You've been through some
You
stuff.
could say that.
We've been through some pretty harsh
Here.
times.
Take some loosey-goosey along with some bliss, Jay. And,
all I gotta do is talk to
I'll
you
see
at
you
the end
back
of
here
things.
when you're in your right mind. Keep the credits. I'm doing okay.
No.
But you all are important enough to me.
I give him 50
keep
credits
happy.
anyway, just because I'm like, here, this is what I have. Sorry for being rude to you earlier. There.
The sorry's all mine.
And he like tips his
Milady.
his fedora down to you.
Oh,
All right.
You see through like you get like you squint your eyes and like the
fedora.
illusion of his AR
Tips
sort of
automatically.
presentation fades for a second. And you see this really nasty
Neck beard.
neck beard. Yeah, like some Cheetos in it.
Ew.
Flaming hot Cheetos?
Only the best kind.
You know, I'm sorry, Lucy. Jesus, Lucid.
Oh my god, what is
I
happening?
think you should take a nap or two.
I hate shopping, especially shopping.
I can't tell.
Oh, wow, that's what it
You
is.
seem to be dragging this out as long as you can.
Give me 2 reflex. Here. I'll do the little, coin flip.
I don't think we need any more drugs. We have plenty right now.
All right, reflex. That'll be 100 creds.
I flipped it to him. Thanks.
More Bitcoin.
Pleasure doing business with you.
You done?
Yep.
Good. I need to go find a new dress now. How can we find a
I need a PSL. Pronto. ASAP.
A PSL?
A pumpkin spice latte.
Is that a thing? Do people call them PSLs?
It's a please, okay?
A pistol.
Pistol, pistol, please.
Look at that. Piss!
Well, they'll have them over at Caffeine Oil.
Sweet.
Maybe it's like petroleum.
Take care of
spice
yourselves,
latte.
you hear? I'm serious.
You take care of yourself.
You valued customers and people, all alike.
I'll be back to test out that milky refresh. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll try this version out, but this will be like a milky reflex. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, you tell me how that goes.
Get
Until
my own
then,
milky reflex, you know what I'm saying?
I got a name for my request. Juicy J. You like it?
remind me. That's the bullet that I'm supposed to make. That is the psychedelic bullet.
Mhm.
Juicy J.
Juicy J.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to give me a cool plus persuasion
Sounds
to
like
see
a
if you're
stripper name.
disrespectful
It
ass.
sounds like somebody who was
Why don't
bad,
you,
kind of rapping.
you can put your own name into it. Lucy J.
Part of me wants nothing to do
Lucy Juicy
with
J.
J. at
What
this
about a
point.
Cyber J?
That is disgusting sounding,
HJ.
and I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave.
CJ.
now. Oh,
It's I rolled a 1.
It's
You
a
rolled a 1.
It's a CJ.
he goes. You leave the name into me. I'll see if I can even conjure up your request by the time you make it back, whenever that may be.
I believe in you.
Knowing your disposition for these chemicals, probably not very long.
Okay, so the headset died.
No.
Out of notes.
Let's see if the iPad has been charging.
Oh.
We're close to time.
Oh.
Are you guys headed to Caffeine Oil?
To meet
Yeah.
with Janice.
I'm headed.
Jana.
I'll
Jana.
hit you up on the comms.
Winslor. Whatever you're doing, stop. We're meeting up with Jana.
Lying on the ground, like you feel pebbles like embedded in the side of your face.
I just go, okay, I see you there.
See you there.
You just stand up and not even try to get out of the cardboards politely. You just like. I'll drop her
Yeah,
out.
Get the stuff off me.
I'm just gonna stand up and be like, I'm ready to go, and then I'm just gonna stand there.
That was my home.
I'm just gonna stand there and just a daze, just really lost.
We're all lost in this episode.
I'll send you our coordinates.
The first, like, what happened in the second half?
I died.
That happened an episode ago.
As soon
Okay,
as
get
I'm
over
a-
yourself.
As soon as Sai
Deal
fell,
with
2
it.
episodes
as soon
ago.
as Sai fell asleep, we all just went nuts.
You're like,
Did she
I
really?
can't fucking
Did she really?
believe Sai went to
No.
sleep Her
Look at this
arms
one.
are useless. She saved us a few times, and she fucking slept on us.
Look at it. Look at it. She's sleeping.
All right.
Yep. She's sleeping.
And our green screen
I'll
is
put her to
working.
sleep.
I will never forgive her.
Sigh!
I
Bad things
scream
happen
that
to people
out.
who sleep on the job.
We
Yeah,
group
really,
scream
they
that
really
out
do.
every night before bed.
Sigh!
Sigh!
Yeah. She's getting a little fucking mollywop before she. Whoa.
Just
Have
like,
that
somebody-
like the picture with the numerous throwing knives in it. Like you can tell that hundreds of throwing knives have been thrown in and out.
Cops have been all around us all day.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to not metal, jeez,
Caffeine overload.
caffeine oil. Then
Oil. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
I need a venti.
I'm
Yes.
Petroleum
I'm going
spice latte.
somewhere.
You see the sombreroed form of
I did send our coordinates over to you. You need directions.
I'm nude.
It's an implant.
Implanted
Just
what?
wear the boxes.
Into me?
You have boxes all around you, don't you? Just wear
Yeah, I
them.
thought our comms are like.
Don't you have cyber eyes?
No.
Oh,
cyber,
then
I have a cyber leg.
you like flick it in the direction that you think he's at, and you just assume it got to him. It does everybody else on your team. And are you?
Straight to voicemail.
Yeah, the only thing you have is cyber legs.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
naked right now. I have underwear and my leg.
Well, that's not naked.
I get rid of it.
Just digressing. What?
So, a naked like homeless guy is just standing, strutting his stuff.
Yeah, I don't have
in
my
the-
phone on me. It's like if I forgot my phone
Got
at
your
the,
phone
at
is-
the shop.
Isn't it in your head?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. How do you coordinate with your teammates then?
I thought
Yeah,
we
it's
had
like an
I thought we had
implant.
like Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Yeah. Some kind of.
but that's the only cybernetic implant you have in your head.
But it's like agent, a pocket-sized machine. Which, if we have that, then what is the pocket-sized machine?
That's optional tech. I don't know.
So you approach
Look, it's in my underwear.
caffeine oil
Look, the headset's in my underwear
as
with my knife.
as Winslor is standing shoulder to shoulder to shoulder to shoulder with numerous other naked homeless.
Ugh.
I'm keystring
individuals.
a phone and a knife.
Ooh,
I am too.
keister.
They lean over and whisper into your ear. And you see Jana's
Stab 'em.
sombreroed form sitting at one of the many tables,
Janice
circular.
She has a sombrero on, just like the sign. I thought the sign had a sombrero on.
Just a regular old bounty out in Mexico or something. Just rocking a sombrero.
Yeah, she speaks in a southern accent. She's got a cowboy hat and cowboy boots on.
But now she has a sombrero and a cowboy hat.
Isn't a sombrero the?
It's two different things. You have a
Some-
cowboy hat and a sombrero.
I thought a sombrero was the.
No,
No,
sombrero
hats.
is the hat.
She's got them on top of each other.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the drape thing that goes
What?
over your body?
Yes.
or
What is that called?
Poncho?
Poncho.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Jeez, ponchbrero.
I was like,
How did I forget that? A poncho. She's wearing
the
a
hat on top of the hat.
sombrero and
Man,
a cowboy hat.
she
Like,
really
what is
likes
going on?
attention.
Is she?
Yeah.
with a monocle over
Did she
the
die?
sombrero.
Did she die? I would understand.
Jana's a goddamn idiot. Who wears
Okay.
a cowboy hat?
We're
on
trying to
top
do
of
right.
a sombrero
Trying to do right
and
by
a
these
poncho?
artists.
She doesn't know fashion.
Okay.
It was real low key. Yeah.
You see her and her silver gun
Yeah.
on her hip with her left hand caressing a coffee, a cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Not paying attention to you guys as she's just playing the game until you approach her.
Walk over and pull the sombrero out. You shouldn't wear that.
Thank you. I meant for that to.
Yeah, you gonna roleplay this? Please do.
It's rude to
I
have your
will
hat
go.
inside.
2 of them, by the way.
What's happening?
I've been meaning to take this extra hat off.
Did I walk out of the house with this?
2 hats? Not
Ain't that a
bad.
poncho?
Not exactly.
What is happening?
Anyway, this is your fault.
Let him speak.
Yes. So it's up to you to approach her. She's not going to
I'm gonna sit down at the table right in front of her with the Baron's mask. You know, I'm just doing this.
I can't tell if y'all work quickly or if that's on us, but we sure do get things done, I'd say.
Slide took a
We
nice
don't
nap in the middle of
sleep
the
on the job.
She
that's
like
for sure.
she scrutinizes the mask that you have on, and she goes, "Kita might be able to crack that scrambled egg you got there. I can help you find her, although she is an ever elusive one." Then
Sounds delicious.
we'll have the security codes and easy access, as close to a red carpet as we'll get to the Ministry of Information. Kita only allows me to talk in riddles, so you'll forgive me.
No.
But she rests on the eastern outskirts of the city, where the buildings end and the scars begin. You're looking for a spider's nest, where you'll need an iron mind and a forgotten soul to find Hacker Kita's humble abode.
Can you text that to me in a TLDR?
Netra's already done that.
Ah, okay. Got
Sort of
it. Got
typing.
it. Got it. All right. Perfect.
She sounds interesting. Can't wait to meet her.
Now, with these codes, we'll have easy access into the Ministry of Information's Capital Tower. But, they'll still have numerous forces on the outside of the system's command vicinity. So, we'll need to find a distraction. We'll need to gather some other force, and I have some ideas, but I'd love to hear anything you got first.
The mutants and the nomads. I'll gather them all.
As you say mutants, she winks one of her eyes at you. Not both of them, because that'd be blinking, but she like...
This is right now a silver gun? I don't know.
We'll get into that later. You might want to move your mic a little bit closer to your mouth.
That's what she said.
Probably. Yeah, any ideas?
I actually kind of like that mutant idea. Mutants on the streets. Nobody likes that.
Mutants in nomad cars.
Exactly. How do you distract from one pain? You make another. Now, they don't need to cause a ruckus in any particular part of the city, though the farther away, the better. I recommend across the bridge from the Ministry of Information's Capital Tower. So if you can manage to... Jay, I think you have some existing connections with the mutants, which might get you an audience with their leader. That seems to be all they call him. We don't have a proper name, and most mutants don't have a proper identity, so I guess you're just looking for the leader. Now they're riling themselves up for their own purposes. Let's see if you can't direct their madness by having a little talk with them.
Quick question about our surroundings. So, she wants. We're near the Ministry of something. Of what right now? Or are we talking about the Ministry of?
Talking about the Ministry of Information.
So the Ministry of Information. So we're going to attack that building.
The Ministry of Information, to give you some perspective, is the largest, most gaudy, decorated building in the city. It's like every other building that isn't a corporate building or a ministry building is like complete utter garbage in comparison to like imagine something made by the Emperor in 40K.
My question is that close? Is it close to the Temple of Fire, or is it super far away from the Temple of Fire?
I don't exactly know where the Temple of Fire is. I heard it's on the eastern outskirts of the city, nowhere near the Ministry of Information's capital tower.
Dang, it's only 2 birds with 1 stone. But we're gonna have to do this.
Well, the 2 birds you'll get here is Hacker Kita. She's also on the eastern outskirts of the city. And this Temple of Fire that you seem to be looking for, I won't pry, is around that same area. Or so I hear.
All right then.
Yeah, I think we should be forward. We had to pull some strings in order to lose the cops. And we owe somebody a favor. We gotta go to the temple. So we're not completely at your will.
I mean, I understand favors. Hopefully they can be an asset when the time comes.
That is a strong
Making
possibility.
friends is the best thing we can do now.
Who's already friends with the Resistance, or do you have a group of people you don't want to associate with? Can you just let us know who those are?
We lost many of our upper-level contacts after we were raided. They assumed we were done for, kaput, and they forsook us. Forsaken?
Forsaken us.
They had forsaken us. As Winslor walks behind her, and she like gets startled by the naked, mud-blood-filled, covered form.
Probably
What about the
sense.
remnants of dust?
Yeah, I'm covered with some fluids.
Do you have ties, good ties, bad ties with that people? Or?
They're a new faction. Best I know, I wouldn't trust their leader. He seems to be power hungry and crazy.
Good.
There are
tip. We don't trust their leader, guys.
Aptio has not said that he's the leader.
Yeah.
He's not phrased that he is the leader. And the way that you met him, he is probably somebody of high status in the Remnants of Dust, but not the leader.
Oh, I wrote down beater.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
now-
so I probably was not clear, but yeah, he is someone high up with influence in the Remnants of Dust, but he is not the leader. Now, if you could get them on your side or our side, then that would be a hell of a resource
We
indeed.
may have a way to get half of them, I believe, over to our cause. If we, pull the Temple of Fire off, well, you could help us with that as well. They'd probably help you.
True.
Hacker Kita might have some
How about Sai?
advice. I'm actually, after we're done talking here, I'm going to meet up with Sai, and we are going to get reinforcements of our own. So, hopefully we'll be very well equipped by the time it's time to assault the Ministry of Information.
Yes.
And with the machine distracted by everything going on, the force is low, I pray victory is in our future. Yeah. With that, unless you have any more questions, I'll be on my way, and we will meet on the other side of glorious victory.
What's your sign? I know you have the silver gun and all, but what's your
Cancer, Taurus.
Gemini, Libra?
Definitely water.
You're referring to an ancient...
Water.
Water sign.
She's basic.
The fuck does that mean? The fuck you talking about, basic? What was this water goddamn sign? You call me... What the fuck? She, like, stands up. She, like, there's a water next to her, and she just, like, grabs it and throws it on the ground.
Puts her sombrero back.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
like, look... looks at Astraea and, like, holds her hand out for the sombrero.
Does she still have the cowboy hat on though?
Pulls another one out from
An
her...
augmented reality. I'm just gonna grab her shoulder. And you flow. You flow.
Yeah, she
Like wind, goddammit.
Water.
Silver
She
gun?
storms off. Good luck, with
She is a-
with
Okay,
Keita.
bye.
Goddamn.
She's definitely an air sign. Storms on. Stormy exit.
Whatever you guys are dealing with, we're here to support you. Okay.
This is ancient.
Let me know if you ever need to talk, but I'm through with this nonsense right now. You guys deal with your own shit.
Full of sense. You gotta think deeper.
Goddamn water signs or whatever.
I'm with you
It
on this
makes
one.
sense. It is sense.
Let's just go our own ways. Pretend this never happened.
You never looked at a
We're gonna
fortune
be-
cookie before and thought,
Tilts
Wowee.
one sombrero down in one direction and another in the other
Next time
direction,
you
and
better
she walks
sort out
off.
This hat business. 2 hats in public is
No,
not
you're not supposed to
acceptable.
wear it like that.
new fad. 2 hats.
Choose a style.
Let's just leave it. Like, yeah,
Each one's got a +5 to stealth, you know, +5 to southern accent.
That's definitely true.
Okay. And with that, as Jana walks off mysteriously and
No
upset
hats.
in one direction and disappears into the crowd with the promise of reuniting gloriously, the Mortal Code has 2 objectives in front of them. 3 objectives. Deliver Baron Ironface's severed head to Hakita. Infiltrate the Temple of Fire and secure the data that the Remnants of Dust are looking for. And parley with the mutants. What will they do next on Sasapunk?
Dun, dun, dun.
Find out next time on Sasapunk. All right,
Need to
2
do an
weeks
outro.
is too
Sasapunks.
long. We cannot go 2 weeks.
until fate next brings us together and never
Never
stop
wear
playing.
hats.
What do we
At
do
the
here?
same time.
What's the button to stop?